tall, so not the biggest barbarian, but I'm jacked.
To hair and braids. What if we put it into braids and then we wrapped it around and then we gave them the flowers sticking out and then what if we did this? Oh, purple!
May I have another drink, please?
Yes, you may. And he goes over.
Put your hands up, it's better!
No. Sarah, roll me a Constitution saving throw. Yes, you. I'm gonna fight you.
He sort of goes, you guys know who I am, right?
Yeah. Goggles.
You're Dr. Mole.
Dr. Robot.
What do you do?
Take a moment to try to stop laughing.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing with the other one.
Why not? It worked again.
Hating on Batman.
And I don't hate Batman, for the record. I hate the fandom of Batman.
Oh, cool. Okay,
That's the
that's
issue.
way more people.
It is. It's a
Dang.
lot of, like, actual human beings.
Were you gonna?
You need to rub this crap off your neck and not smell like me, or I will at all. Just start rubbing his neck and just getting like.
I am fairly
urine.
certain it doesn't matter what I smell like at this point.
To a feline, you have wolf's piss on you.
I'm just gonna point at my feline eyes.
I have some time.
You've just tuned in. We had the brilliant idea while we were fishing at the Dark Moon Festival.
Oh, jeez.
To do a dungeon with fishing poles equipped. Because why not? And so we drank all of the alcohol in our bags, and we equipped our fishing poles and our aquatic pets, and we went to do a dungeon.
I feel like I need to close out. So this was the end of our epic tale. What holds for next week as the heroes set sail? We may find our family, we may find where things start. All we know is to follow our hearts. So our heroes set forth to pillage and to wander in the magical continent of wonder. We have one more question. I hope to not blunder. The question for you, dear friends. Do you wonder? Thank you, guys. Indigo Connect. Hello, everybody! Welcome. We're gonna check cameras real quick and make sure that is. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna shift it just a little tiny bit. Move it there. Happy Tuesday! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Indigo Chameleon. It is... we need some coffee. Welcome to Indigo Chameleon. It is Tuesday night and it is time for a little wonder. Hope you guys are ready for some D&D. We have a few announcements before we get started with tonight's game. You are welcome to hang out with us in the Discord. We have an amazing Discord. Oh, thank you for being on the ball, Indigo. Look at you. You can hang out with us in the Discord. We have an inspiration channel. We have a place where you can find home-brewed items for your game. We also have a play-by post, which is debuting sometime this week, set in the wild, wild west, where you need no experience necessary in order to participate and play. You can spend as much time writing as you like, or you can be like Eric. Come in, say hello, just like Jim in the office, find a memorable moment to experience, and then leave. So yes, please come and join us. We'd love to have you. We also have a merch store, which is why Indigo Chameleon is drinking out of that particular mug. You can buy cool stuff like the Karma shirt she's wearing, the Karma mug, anything to represent the brand. Thank you so much, Indigo Chameleon. Sticker. We also have an online store where you can purchase cool items. Today's item was a name.
I took it.
He bought it. So I added another one. There are now 2 names that you can purchase. A name is the
Like 2 seconds.
the
I don't have enough bits.
you can purchase a name, and by purchasing a name, you learn everything about that character or something very special about this character that not even they know about
Oh, I
themselves.
didn't even read it. I just spent a name.
Like,
That's
something I want.
This could be a PC or an NPC. Icky just snagged a second. So Icky, go ahead and PM me who you would like to learn more about, and I will send you detailed information. I only ask that if it is a playable character, chances are that there is going to be a tidbit or fact in there that they don't know about themselves yet. So
bribery is cool.
So lineage dating back to Wonder and Beyond.
In other
So
words, post in here who you choose so that only one of us is bothering
did he
you
miss
for
it?
information.
Should I add another one?
Or don't.
Wolf, if you're here by the end of the stream, dude, I'll add another one just for you, buddy. That is 100% fair. So please do not share it with that character. I've been building up with some of them, and I think I've dropped enough clues for a couple of them, and I just don't want the spoiler ruined. So Icky, message me, and we will talk about it. Thank you all so much for supporting the stream and everything you do, and doing that. Stream points. You'll notice the little karma symbol. It's another just fun way for you to interact with us. I've also added the Wheel of Wild Magic for a certain amount of stream points that you get from tuning in multiple times and raiding with us. You are going to be able to assign enemies and playable characters and NPCs a burst of wild magic. This can be a lot of things because I have expanded beyond the table in the back of the player's handbook and found multiple wild magic tables online. There's so many. Yes. Mandrake, do you remember the potion that you were granted from Icky V? Did you write it down?
I did write it down.
Okay. Go ahead and share
What
with
was
her what the potion is.
Hold on, I got to find it.
Okay. Yes, he was granted a potion. I have so many. Icky, send them to me. Let me add to it. I don't mind. You can never have too many wild magic tables. So that's it for announcements in terms of stuff going on. Stuff coming up on the stream. Friday night. We're not doing anything Wednesday. We're not doing anything Thursday. No, Thursday. Thursday. We have an interlude. We have an interlude for the Isle of Time. If you missed it, we have another campaign that happens here on the channel that is a mixture of science fiction and D&D about a group of heroes that were playing Dungeons & Dragons in their home and realized that the characters they created were manifestations of themselves, and they became the heroes that they had been playing at the table for a long time. They are now currently inhabiting an island where they are able to leave that island when the island travels through time. It's the perfect mixture of Doctor Who meets D&D. So DWD&D, join us for Isle of Time. This weekend is an interlude and a shopping episode. I'm implementing a fantasy gashapon where they'll put a token in, and I have tables mapped out so that they'll get magic items based on the fantasy gashapon. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Please tune in. It is so awesomely fun, and we are so grateful to have people remoting in and playing with us. That is on Thursday. On Friday, we go back to Neverland for some more antics as we have rescued Sparky and are now have the ship. And where do we go from here? In the words of Buffy. So tune in for that on Friday. Sunday, I get to play the D&D. I'm very excited because our buddy Mike is coming in, and we have another episode of Pen and Paper, and I get to play my Warforged, who is a cleric looking for his soul, and I'm very happy about this. So tune in for that. It's going to be a lot of fun on Sunday, and then we cycle back around to Wonder. So that's our announcements. That's our schedule. Once upon a time in Wonderland, the heroes have been through a lot. Some of them having been on the road to recovery after dealing with the machinations of Puck, a wild trickster who put them through the loop. These heroes, Enwin has cemented himself as Mab's chosen one. The heroes spent a little bit of time going to Dimitri's and walking around the mouth as they did a little bit of shopping. They also accepted a quest, a job that would earn them some gold for some much needed supplies and upgrades to armor and weapons and to spend as they saw fit. with everything that happened, there was an altercation between Justice and Grim, and it looks like Justice and Grim have called it quits for the time being. Thoe had a moment last week that I encourage you all to go and watch and experience, as the reverberations of her travel to this other plane are still sending shockwaves through her system. And we are starting to fall further and further down this rabbit hole of what is real and what is not. So that is something that will continue on until it doesn't. So we find the heroes of wonder in Dimitri's store, all save but Nyx, who has set off on a mission of his own making, and wanting to take care of some business. Ominous much. Sorry, I learned it from you. Okay, so they're doing that. So heroes, you are currently, some of you are talking with Laurence Olivier, the Goblin Artificer, who is he is a class that I'm designing called an Animagus, and an Animagus deals with the construction of automatons and dealing with animal spirits to fuel spells and dealing with small bricks. Do you have any questions or
I got Grim has got that blood pool. I'm just excited to see what.
Sure. I think when last we left, Grim was kind of like pocket. He had the blood of the wolf.
I was
right?
like, oh, I gotta take it. Like, what do you want? What do you like? What can you do with this?
Okay. You hand him over the blood of the wolf. This liquid that's hulked you out a few times before. He takes it. He begins to cast, and you see him lining up. Normally, when people cast a ritual, it's very spiritual. They've got candles and things, depending on the magic user themselves. Laurence is not that way. Laurence actually gets out paper and pencils. It's almost similar to Felrin's workshop. But everything's a little bit more haphazard. You ever had a messy room, but you knew exactly where everything was in that messy room, and it was a little better for you to... Sorry, I feel like I'm
in my office.
Okay,
so
that is what it's like. Certain random objects that seem to be moved about on the table are shuffled and mixed around, and he looks at it and he goes, "Powerful magics. This is powerful magics. Are you just want me to experiment with this, or well, what is it you wanted me to do?"
What can you do with it? Could you put it in any one of those things, or does it require?
I think he'd look over and look at them and like look back at it and says, "There's no soul to this, and it's not what I do. I rehome things, and there's no soul to this. This may augment, it may empower, but there's no real soul to this item."
So do you need a soul?
He will dart his eyes from left to right and be like, "I mean, are you a guard? You have to tell me if you're a guard."
No.
Oh.
Very, very interested.
Yes. I mean, I take souls. I tend to deal with gemstones. However, if you know someone who is collecting, I'm always looking to experiment with different biological samples, teeth, organs, fluids from random creatures that you may have encountered. I'm willing to pay good prices for those items, and I might be able to design something for your furry friend that's residing inside of you.
Blood, perhaps.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes, blood is a fluid.
I am aware.
Yes.
What could you do with a mimic's blood?
I'm not sure. I've never had it. It's all science. It's very experimental. Probably some interesting things. Do you happen to have mimic's blood? Is it properly cared for?
I'll pull out the vial of mimic's blood.
Okay, you've had this vial of mimic's blood for a bit of time.
Right.
You've also hasn't refrigerated it.
Right.
So this blood in this vial is very coagulated.
Okay.
It's not hygienic, which is fine. He still sort of looks at it and he goes, he frowns a little bit as he looks at the vial. Mimic blood, you said?
No, it's a bit old.
Yes, of course. I would be happy to give you 50 gold for it. But if you wouldn't mind bringing back something a little more fresh or taken care of, I'd be willing to.
I have these as well, and I'll pull out the vial of viscous red fluid that we found from inside the gym forever ago.
Okay.
And the vial with ichor and blood from, I believe it was from the Beholder.
Insight check.
Insight, 9.
He crosses his arms and sort of looks at them and he goes, these are quite varied. They're just not taken care of very well. I would be happy though to offer you 200 gold, 250 to take them off your hand.
Would you happen to have a way that I could care for them better?
A trade?
For future samples.
Yes. Do you have a bag of holding? Do you have a...
I will just point at the bag I've just taken these things out of.
Yeah, yes, of course. I just didn't know if it was a bag or if it was a bag. Yes, I'd be happy to. If you would like to give me these samples, I'm happy to turn this bag of holding into a bag of colding, which will keep medical samples and things of that sort cold and keep most things in there a bit chilly.
Will it affect anything else? Like, for example, this, and I'll reach in and pull out the blocks.
They'll be colder?
Could that potentially enhance them?
You're very specialized, aren't you?
At times.
Yes. No, I'm not sure. I mean, they would still hurt, but it might actually feel better if someone stepped on them.
I don't need that.
No, I mean, it would feel worse, so much worse.
That's better.
Okay, yes. If you'd like to give me the samples, I would be happy to augment your bag. It would just take a few hours.
Fair.
Yes, thank you. And he takes the samples from you and sets them into a small area off to the side, and takes the bag and heads back without paying you any attention whatsoever, as he now has a task. He's just sort of been sniped. He switches the sign from open to closed and be like, "Have a good day," and heads back into the workshop. Yes, what is it?
Blood of the wolf.
Oh, the blood. Yes. Could I have a drop to experiment with it?
I'll take the necklace back and I'll give you the drop.
Oh, but perfect. That sounds lovely.
Yes.
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 And he holds out a hand.
And
Yep. And he just looks at it and sniffs it, and licks his palm, and his pupils dilate.
And that's something I would know.
Yeah.
Closer to close that door, I'm like, I'll be back later.
Yeah, as you guys walk away, you hear the breaking of shelves and things of that sort as he
Give him some space.
as he hulks out a little bit. Yeah, perfect. You're gonna have a bag of colder. Everything is awesome.
Fantastic.
Okay.
I still have one vial of mimic blood, by the way.
Yes, I'm aware.
Okay.
You had 2, right?
Yeah, I had 2 vials of mimic blood.
Cool.
I only had 1 vial of everything else.
Great. Send me specifically, please, in a Discord message, the things that you just gave him.
Sure.
Okay. So you are in the shop. Those of you that are wandering around and finding different things to do, is there something that specifically you're looking for? Are we perusing? Are we browsing? Are we killing time?
I'm gonna grab Grim. I'm gonna grab the brokest guy in the party and have him help me pick out a longbow.
So what you're looking for? What exactly?
A longbow.
What for?
So I can use it. And then you're gonna help me use it. You're gonna teach me how to do this. Please.
All right.
That was easier than I expected.
What did you want me to go on and on about how it would be great because you've probably never used a bow before?
As you laugh, the little owl on his shoulder just looks at you and is like.
Sorry. Is this a big owl like on shoulders like
snow owl?
Okay, I'm just gonna move you over and just laugh. All right, well, I'll go ahead and I'll follow. Lead the way.
All right, and we're gonna go look for a longbow.
Cool. There's plenty of weapons there.
Is there any like toys or anything like that in there that would we pass by, tap them like here's a longbow, like?
There is a toy section. Grim leads you right to like the Little Hero section, but it's little L-I-L, Little Hero section, and hands you ones with like the bows and arrows, but there's a little cork on the tip of the arrow and stuff like that. And he hands you the arrow.
Reasonably pliant, and you could probably do something with this.
Like strangle you?
No, it would break. But if you'd like, I could do something bigger.
Do you understand how tall I am? And how small that is?
So are you trying to find love, or are you trying to wound something? Okay, and I'm just gonna grab like, let's go to the big kids section. Let's go. Just gonna grab.
You are led to the big kids section, and you were led to the big kids section. As you are led to the big kids section, they have any number of sort of longbows. As long as you're not looking for anything magical, you are able to find a suitable one. There's one with logos for Dimitri's store if you would like to purchase that one. But there's also like a fair one. Use the player's handbook price table for that, and buy arrows. I'm never going to make you like look through. Like the worry about arrows and things of that sort, but you are able to purchase a longbow. Does anyone else have a potion or have anything that they would like to buy? The potion that Icky got you, number 70, is a really good one, and I was kind of hoping that somebody would get it. It is called, I will say with your ring, you were able to identify this. It is it's just simply called the Bodyguard. For the time being, this creates a spectral bodyguard for a short time, which obeys your orders. It lasts for an hour. They've got a specific set of stats, but once they hit 0 hit points, that spectral form dissipates. But you basically just get a little like, no, you stand here, soak this up. Like, I'm gonna call you Meat Shield. Like, but you summon just a spectral bodyguard that you are able to order around and will soak up damage. I will send you the stats for it when you drink the potion. I will also send you what they look like when you drink the potion.
Oh, I don't like that part.
But it is a really good one. So, Icky, thank you for the potion of the Spectral Bodyguard. Anybody else doing anything? No?
I would just try to trying to remember. Did we talk about the fact that you were going to Francine and you were going to ask about my thing?
Oh, we hadn't yet, no.
Oh, okay.
Because this is the first time we've all got back together, so.
Never mind. I was going to ask you about it. But.
I think you guys make your way out of the store then, and as you do, natural conversation. Next year, I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, that you catch up. And
have we made it, has it been the time that Francine would need?
She said 24 hours in advance, so
it'll be the next day.
Okay.
Grim's probably just still going to start grabbing at Anwin's back and just start feeling his back muscles and
Grim is awkwardly feeling Enwin's back muscles, which is odd because he is a plant man and doesn't really have defined.
Just wherever I would think back muscles would be.
I mean, hey girl, hey, he's got muscles. He's got vines for days, but but.
And they were roommates.
Oh my God, they were roommates. What are we doing?
I would immediately look at Nyx and go, "No one stole anything." Right? No one stole anything?
I paid for this.
Good.
Fair and square.
I did make a trade.
Okay.
Not the normal kind.
It's safe
Just
to
the
go in
regular
next time, is all I'm saying.
Did you go back to get your bag?
You said it would be a couple hours.
Yeah. So did you go back? Like,
Were we in there for a couple of hours?
I would say, with all of your shopping, I will say that you were in there perusing and browsing.
Okay,
and,
well then I would go back to get my bag.
Okay, you have your bag of Colden. Your bag of everything is Cold or Awesome.
Okay.
I mean, I hope you guys wouldn't screw up shopping.
We have before.
I know, that's why I hope.
Perception checks all around, please. 7.
2.
20. 21.
14. 11.
14. My 20 and 21. As you guys leave the store and you look out, you instinctively.
So I take it back. 18. Sorry.
18. So my 18, 20, and 21. You instinctively look up to just sort of survey your surroundings. The teeming masses of the Order of the Celestial Deer are nowhere to be seen. Instead, it is just Justice walking alongside the rooftops, directly opposite Dimitri's. So when the entire group walks out, it is just her standing there. But the normal, like, being able to see 3 or 4 of them walking the paths are gone. It is just her at this point. She's not making any sort of move. She's just sort of hovering in the air a little bit, directly across the street from where Dimitri's is. It's just something to be aware of.
I didn't see it.
So is she just always gonna stalk us now, or
Who?
Oh, your girlfriend is up there.
Well, last I checked, that's really not the case now, is it?
Oh, I'm sorry. Justice is up there. Would you like me to go ask?
You want to go ask the girl who just left me?
Oh,
why she's following me?
Well, that's not the case. I thought you meant it's not the case that she's stalking us, because that's not true.
Oh, yes. She's very much stalking us.
You know what? If you want to go bounce up there and ask her, you know, what her deal is, then sure. But she wants nothing to do with me, so.
Did she... was... never mind.
I've made my choices.
I know, I felt that. It's very strange.
Yes.
So where did we land on the me going to ask?
I'm just gonna grab him and just like, come on, go ahead then. Like, if you want to go, it's okay, go ahead.
I will run up the side of the building and stand next to her.
Okay, give me an athletics check or an acrobatics as you begin to try to parkour
How far
up the
away
way.
is that?
That is...
It's a distance. I mean, he's having to go to the next. He's go across the street to the next building, hop back and forth between the two, and jump
Is
up.
it
to the
more
top.
or less than 30 feet?
It's more than 30 feet.
Okay.
31.
Oh, I was really hoping
Yeah, yeah. You manage to walk up, and she continues to stare down as you make your presence known, unless you're trying to be stealthy.
Oh no, I was literally just going to run up the side of the building and stand next to her.
Yeah. She turns to you, placing a hand on her sword. May I help you?
Oh, we just noticed that you were watching us, and I wanted to make sure everything was okay.
She points to the symbol on her side. She's like, I am part of the watch for this district. It is my duty to watch.
True, but you're normally accompanied by others, and you're alone, so this seems more like a personal matter.
Unlike you, I don't need other people.
That's a fair assessment.
Is there anything else, Mandrake?
No, I've thanked you for your watch before.
And I am appreciative of you. So,
Is
you
there
are-
anything we could do to maybe make this relationship a little less strained?
Persuasion check at disadvantage.
Persuasion, right?
Persuasion. As you try to talk to the girl that just had a
Right.
breakup with another member of the
Yeah,
party.
so that is 24.
And kind of beat me up. Yeah, punched her.
Wow.
I think things are going to be strained for a bit of time, regardless. But I appreciate you reaching out.
I just know that things would go easier if we could work together.
All I know is wherever you all go, trouble follows. Usually a swath of destruction not always necessarily from you. You are aware that, like, most people don't talk to gods. This has become commonplace for you all, and I'm super happy for you. This is great. But, like, we all don't do that.
I'm aware.
I pray to my deity, and I have faith that I am receiving their blessing, but I don't dine with them or talk with them in the same way that you all do, and you are very powerful individuals.
We didn't ask for this.
Didn't you?
We were chosen.
You were chosen.
We are part of a prophecy.
Right. So Enman was chosen. He did not choose Mab.
He made...
Intelligence check.
Don't remember how smart I am. 14, 15, 17?
How does she know that?
She shouldn't know that. Correct. Yeah.
Regardless, I will grant you some more autonomy. I promise not to hover, even though I have wings.
At least do it out of sight. You make him uncomfortable.
All the more reason to stay.
Fair.
The rest of them in the town square are invisible.
I appreciate your moment.
Anything else, Mandrake?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
She nods to you. She looks back at the rest of the group and nods.
So give Thoe just pats and be like...
I think with him making a very, very personal statement of him walking over as she looks down at the group and standing next to Thoe and patting her on the back, one eyebrow raises on Justice.
So how'd that go?
I mean, it could have gone worse.
That's true.
Yes. Yes.
Talk about that a bit.
Okay.
But go on.
She has agreed to sink back a bit.
As opposed to...
Staying in plain sight and following us everywhere we go?
If you say so.
So she's just going to do it from the shadows now.
Exactly.
Do we have any reason to still be staying here? I mean, is there anything else we need, or can we get out of the square where all these
We would
people are
like to
watching
be
us?
as far away from justice as possible.
We have things to do and places to go.
What do we still need to do?
The quest that we took on from
Right,
Cheshire
right,
Road?
but we don't need to do that here, so we might as well get out of the square where all of these people are watching us and just go back to figure out what we need to do for the quest.
True, but if you don't want people watching us, we're gonna have to leave the mouth.
Then...
I think
Day's already
we're
walking.
supposed to-
She's
Well, actually, I was following.
getting out.
Yeah. Day's walking out. Nyx is out. You guys are just walking out of the mouth.
I will try to hang back and grab Enman.
Okay, yeah. Where are you walking to? I mean, there's like 3 circles that like encompass out. Are we just walking towards the artisans district? Are we walking out towards the,
Artisans,
the
because-
culinary district? Are we like how are we?
We have to go back to Francine.
In a
Well,
day.
that's-
Right, in a day.
we have a
We've
day.
got the
So we
hotel
could get-
or the place
We
in
don't,
that we
we
can
don't
stay.
need clothes before the quest.
I mean,
So we could go start.
You are aware that there is some sort of inherent magic in the flyer, in the posting that was on the small dwarven board, dwarven Craigslist. That upon accessing it, but you're not sure if it's a one time. So some of you are free to use it. Who's holding on to that piece of paper? Who was the last person to hold on to it?
I believe I was the one who pulled it off the board.
So Mandrake, there is some magic inherent in that paper. Should you all choose to accept it, you realize that there is a transportive nature to it. Whenever you are ready.
Well, we can't go anywhere yet because if we have to go back to, unless you wanted to wait to get the clothes until after we finish this, we can go off and finish, or how, it's late in the afternoon, or it's just like.
I'd say it's early afternoon. You have no. It's early afternoon at this point. You can rest here for the evening. You're more than welcome to, or you are welcome to head out. It is not my place as the DM to tell you guys whether to. That is on y'all.
Well, here's the thing: if we die, we don't need the clothes. So.
Well, not knowing where this is going to take us and how much time we're going to need. If it's already afternoon, should we start off tomorrow morning, or to have the full day?
I'd rather get there so we can sleep and then get started first thing in the morning so we can get this done with.
How's everyone feeling? Is everyone prepared for a fight if it were to happen?
I could do that.
Do you mind if I see that flyer?
I mean,
Not at all.
I mean,
I'll hand it to him.
I'll be identifying it for the next 11 minutes.
100%, but you know.
There's a teleportation spell, a la Harry Potter and the Portkey. When all hands are placed upon it and the job is accepted, but once you do this, the track is set. You made an oath to the bar to finish it. You didn't set a timetable. You know you're not allowed back in the bar until the quest gets done. But once you are transported to the spot, it is almost like the. So we agreed to this. Now we're here.
Have we not agreed to it yet?
You've agreed to the bar that you will conclude this. You're not
Okay.
sure of what happens if you go like, you know
Gotcha.
what, we changed
So
our
we're not-
minds. Like, no thanks.
Gotcha.
So at the very least, we can just go and
It would
maybe run it.
You can. The transportation magic will transport you there. If you get there and it's hinky and you're like, I don't think this is for us, you can always say no, and then the contract dissolves. But once you agree to it, the bond is set. Craig is a magnificent wizard of the highest caliber, so his boards are well renowned throughout all the kingdoms.
I say we go for it.
Let's go.
You know,
Are we good?
Get the plan from there. Maybe get some information before the night ends, and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how do we do this?
Osseo Portkey?
TM. You all place your hands upon the paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are we doing? Hang on. Where are you doing this?
Not here. Mandrake's not going to touch it. He's going to say, I would like to remind you all that we are being watched. Perhaps not in the middle of the square. Miss, I'm worried about standing in the middle of the square.
No,
So we're finding
Go into that dark alley somewhere.
You're heading over to a dark alley.
Should we ask Dave for dark alleys?
Give me an investigation check. Who's ever taken the lead on finding a dark, secluded area?
I mean, I kind of know this place.
I don't.
How do you know this place, girl?
It's the mouth. It's at the front of the kingdom.
Do you know the castle or do you know the mouth?
I
would
I've
give
been
you an
in the mouth a few times.
I will give you hang on. I will give you an investigation check at advantage, knowing that int ain't your thing. So give me investigation. As Day says, I will take the lead.
17.
Perfect. You find a suitable dark alley that you have made out with many a people in during your adventures here in the mouth. And you go you find a wall that is just littered with signatures, and as Day walks in, she just smiles at all the signatures. But you find a quiet little alcove. The piece of paper is taken out. Who touches the paper first?
Well, I've got it, so I'm gonna.
And so Nyx has it. 1, 2, 3.
Sure.
4.
We don't want to leave you behind.
Are you touching?
Just for safety's sake, I will cast Fog Cloud to obscure the area that we're standing in.
Okay.
And then touch it.
In the most superhero of Banff moments, a fog cloud erupts, and as you are transported to an area that you have not encountered yet called the Dark Crown, a bit of that fog travels with you. Welcome to the Dark Crown. The Dark Crown is a section of Wonderland in one of the continents that's closer to the coast. This continent is a trade continent. You have ships that far reach and travel out to all the distant lands. The Dark Crown, Dark Crown is an area that some of you are familiar with just based on the name alone. It is a range of peaky crags and broken landscape that has a perpetual storm overhead. And sure enough, as you transport to this small area, you find yourselves on a beach where the sand is not that of the normal sort of sandy color that you associate with, but a dark and crystalline black color. Intersped throughout the dark and crystalline glass, you see little bits of a pale material. So think like black sand, but little things of pale material. As you look down, almost as if it's speckled beach. As you transport to the small area, the fog dissipates. You are suddenly covered in a torrential downpour. All of you are soaked to the bone immediately as you have found yourselves on the beach of the Dark Crown. You hear the soft sounds of cries that seem to come from random locations as you are just standing there. It's not human cries, it's animalistic cries that seem to come from these darkened waters right off the coast. What would you like to do?
I'm going to pick up the sand and look at it, because that would be interesting.
Investigation check. Or nature.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You pick up. You guys watch as even amidst the rain that's pouring down and covering all of you, Thoe takes a second to cup the sand in her hand, and as you do, you actually sift through, and it's this black crystal that sticks to your hand. Your hands are instantly blackened from it. It almost looks like you've been working in a mine. The little pale spots where the beach looks speckled, as you brush away the sand, you recognize it immediately as bone. All of the speckled areas alongside the beach are bones. You have a small, tiny one in your hand, but you wonder if you spent time looking around, you'd find ones of different sizes and different makes, and all of the spots along the black sand are bone.
Do you relay that to us?
Yes, I do. Oh, and then I say, I owe you this, and I can't even remember why, and I punch Grim. Because nobody's looking anymore, so you deserved it.
Give me an attack roll at advantage. As amidst the storm, she's like, I owe you this! Bam!
It still might not hit. Darn it.
Well,
that's like an 11 plus, not enough to hit him.
She goes, this is something I owe you, and she loses a little bit of traction on the sand and
Can I catch
trips
her?
a little bit.
Like if she's going down, go ahead. Like you just pick.
Yeah, I'd say it's easy enough to just be like,
2 for flinching. I'm gonna drop her.
Boof. Oh, okay. You fall to the ground, Thoe.
Yeah.
And you feel that sand that was sort of digging into your hands a little bit. It's thicker as you fall down, and your whole body is sort of encompassed around it. I need you to give me a strength saving throw, please.
Just kidding.
It's a 19 minus 1, 18.
You're watching this all take place, and even amidst the storm, as Thoe falls into the sand and tries to get up, there's a pull. Like, it's not a lot, but like she's having a fight. It's almost like a quicksand. Like, as she gets up, there's like small tendrils of the sand stuck to her back. And she manages to push off of them and stand up. As she does, a figure comes running down the beach toward you all.
Mandrake is already on the ground, getting a vial full of this sand.
Okay. Give me an actually, no. Give me the same strength saving throw as you dip your hand with the vial in it into the sand. It happens to lots of guys. It's okay.
It's a 12.
You dip the vial into the sand and you feel this, and then the vial's gone.
Oh.
I don't like it.
This gentleman is running through. He's running through the storm, and he's holding a lantern in his hand. He makes his way a little ways past from where all of you are, and says, "Are you here from Cheshire's Club?"
Yes.
You're here for the job, right?
Aye.
Can we go somewhere and talk that's a little more comfortable?
Yes.
Yes, please.
He says, "Follow me. Stay close. Don't spend too long in the sand.
1 second. Hey, Grim, could you get me some of that sand and I'll hand him a vial?
Yeah, I'm just gonna, as I'm running, just go, like running behind me, just kind of.
Give me a strength check at disadvantage, as that's not how vials work.
I don't know this. Well, that's a 3, so let's see.
Well, great.
Oh my god.
A strength check?
You're losing
So
a lot of
that is
vials.
still 7, 10.
It's good. It's not enough. As you just go like, got it, and you Naruto run straight forward, trying to gather the sand. And as you bring your hand up, you like look down, and the vial is like gone. It's already being sucked in, but his hands are covered in the sand. And
I ask you for one
like this.
No, I got some right here.
How many vials do you have in there?
I had a vast supply at Bartholomew's.
Sons of Jew.
Can you get it off of your hand into the vial? Can you get it off?
all of this is being shouted over the din of the storm.
Okay,
Can
fine.
you get it up?
Run.
Look, you find you walk down this beach for what seems like an obscenely long amount of time because, as I said, you're all soaked at this point. It's starting to get uncomfortable. You're cold. You're freezing. Some of you are covered in this black sand, which even with the rain is not seeming to wash a lot of it off of you. It gets some of it off, but not all of it. There is a ramshackle ship. It looks there. The ship is on its side, and you see a doorway as if they have turned the ship into a bar. But there, it is not in the water. It is on the sand, and it is sort of pushed up. And as this figure holding the lantern leads you all up to the door, he holds the door open and ushers you all inside. Yep. Inside is not a bar, but an abode. You see comfortable furniture. You see bookshelves sort of lining the space. As the gentleman walks over to the door, he pulls his hood back, and it is a very handsome human man. He's got long black hair that's tied into a ponytail at his side. He takes the cloak off and reveals a very ornate, furnished red cloak with gold trim around the edges of it. Strapped to his side is a rapier. And he has various other small pouches around his belt. He turns back to you and smiles a very wide smile. He's got dark, piercing green eyes. And as he looks at all of you, he seems out of place in these darkened conditions. As he seems to emanate life as he fills the space. He ushers you over to where a small pitcher of water is. The water is warm, and he motions to Thoe to turn around.
Why?
Well, I was going to pour the water on you. The sand doesn't react well to heat, and the water's warmer than normal.
I make flames come out of my hands.
Okay.
I cast produce flame.
The sand runs away from her. It sloughs off, and it sort of disappears and out the crack of the door. And he goes, well, I've never tried that. That's a way to do it. Do you mind getting him?
Sure. I was trying to punch him. We'll work with
She
that.
goes, Grim, without thinking, Thoe goes, high five.
That is a +7. That was an 18 + 7, 25.
And Mandrake's gonna put a vial underneath to try to catch the sand.
Okay, this is your last vial
That's
before you visit. Because you do not have infinite vial.
I know.
Oh no!
I had
I'm so
a fair
sorry.
amount inside Bartholomew's, but I haven't gone inside there for a bit.
I just realized that's 3d8 of damage. I'm so sorry.
No.
I was not
High
paying
five!
attention.
Small explosion in the space.
That is going to be 9, 10, 11 points of damage.
As he goes, yeah. And you guys see little wisps of smoke. The black sand that you go to catch is evaporated. With that much damage, I'm sorry, dude. This dude is engulfed in a little high five of flame, and you go, ah, oh.
All right, I'm casting Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
All I wanted was a vial of sand. This time.
The gentleman that let you into the cabin is looking at the door, as if looking at all of you and just sort of studying you intently.
I promise we're better at this than we seem right now.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. This is kind of what I do all the time, actually. for him specifically. So.
Oh, okay.
Excuse them, and I'll hold out my hand for a handshake.
Yes.
Name's Nix.
Nobody's gonna want to shake our hands.
James, nice to meet you. Nix, you said.
Yeah.
It's a unique name.
Yeah.
So, you all are experienced?
Very.
Yes.
All right. I am a bit of an explorer myself. I actually study, this is going to sound funny, but some of you might know what this is, anthropology?
Yeah. Study of hair. Unfamiliar.
Yes. As you go unfamiliar, you hear a. That's lovely. James, it's very nice to meet all of you. I know that these can be a little tricky, and it's always a crapshoot about who you get.
Does he have a hook on either hand?
No, he does not.
He doesn't. Okay.
Do you look at his hands?
I mean, that's why I went for the handshake.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah,
there's no
so-
hook. There's no hook
yeah.
there.
Cool.
Does he appear to be royalty of any kind? Like, based on his dress?
Give me an insight check.
I'm gonna insight
Doesn't go well.
in general.
Can I?
Oh,
Because
and
I
that's
just
20.
see how he's looking.
Yeah, hang on. As he's introducing himself, and then the three of you just go, and like lean your head forward. With a nat 20, he does not appear to be. I will say this with a nat 20, and it's fairly obvious to everybody that like he's way too. He just invited you all into his home. He's either royalty doesn't tend to hold the sword. As you study his demeanor, he holds himself with a bit of an air, but there's also a tenseness to it, as if that sword could come out at any time. His hand, you do see the right hand that he used to shake Nix's hand is scarred. I mean, this thing is beat to shit. Like he's got little cuts around each one of the fingers and up the arm where a bit of the red coat that he's wearing sneaks up, but you don't catch any hint of royalty from him.
Got it.
General insight for him.
What are you trying to generally insight?
Just is he the because his description is a lot like what
The only
you guys
thing
said,
the only
is-
thing that matches the description is that he's wearing a red coat.
Okay.
How big is the bucket of hot water that they have there?
It's pretty big.
So Grimmer's just gonna grab it with his hands and just try to clean his hands. So what's the game, James?
Yes, the game. So I'm subcontracting you. I owe a debt to someone, and I want to pay it because I don't like being in debt, and I'm very close, so damn close, to being not in this person's debt, and I need something specific. I loved someone, and she was trying to do the right thing and thought that me mixing in with this particular crowd of individuals was a bad choice, and I realized that she was right now. She tried to protect me from it and took something of mine to stop me. I need your help getting this thing back.
And what is it that we're getting?
Do you have to know?
If we're gonna find it.
I can tell you the box that it's in. Brown, ornate, arcane sigils wrapped around it. It is not an easy trek. I have it located to a particular part of the Dark Crown that has been known to harbor angry spirits.
Do you have a way to describe, like, draw a picture of it or show us an illusion of it or something that's as specific as possible? It will help us to really be able to picture it and possibly to be able to locate it better.
He goes to a bookshelf, and as he does, he looks through various tomes along the edges, sort of traces his fingers around them, and then takes a book off the wall. It is not, there's no title alongside the spine, and rips a page out of the book, and as he does, he hands you the page. On the page is a delicately, looks very simple, or like brown box. It looks to be made of a regular wood. You would not think twice if you saw this in a secondhand store.
Is there a reason why you can't tell us what's inside?
It tends to tempt people.
It's best if I don't know. And I will go and make a cup of tea with the hot water.
Sure. There's a moment where he goes,
just let it happen.
Yeah, no, that's fine. And he sits there. Give me. His eyes dart about the space as he just sort of takes the measure of everybody. He kind of looks you up and down, and I need you to give me a deception check, please.
16.
I've never met one of your kind before. Do you mind if I ask? Are you forest? Are you tree? Are you a treeman? Tree person?
Close enough.
Okay, that's great. And I'm not here to. I never. Are you from here?
Well, there's no trees here, so no.
No. I just meant Wonderland.
Why?
That's fascinating. And we don't get many fire genasi in these parts. I mean, I've read about you, but that's great. This is it's just a unique crowd.
So, what direction is this in? Do you have any insight that would get us towards this box?
Yes. Right to the point. If you guys are ready to go, finish your tea. I can lead you to the area. I need the backup.
And what are we expecting? As far as resistance?
He said spirits, so probably spirits. And not the kind you drink, I'd assume.
I don't do well with... I don't do well with death. We have a bad relationship. So I think she hid it in a... I know she hid it in a place she knew I wouldn't go.
Well, I'm all in.
Any chance the weather will improve by tomorrow?
He starts laughing. He's like, this is your first time to the Dark Crow? It's always like this. I mean, it's always like this. The land's been cursed. Some terrible thing happened here. Rumor has it years and years and years ago, and it tainted the sky and the earth.
Do we have enough time to do this today, or is this something we should be doing?
Yes, let's set out. He goes and puts the cloak on. He's give me a second, please. And he starts blowing out the candles in the space. He gathers up a few supplies and fills the pouches with tiny little bits of caltrops, bits of metal. He goes and takes a couple of daggers and hooks them in at his side. As he does, he stretches. He takes off the red cloak and hangs that up, and instead hangs a cloak around his back that smells faintly of brimstone. It's a very distinct smell. As he puts the hood up, he cracks his neck and he rolls his shoulders back. And as you do, you see the faint, like sinews and muscle sort of stretching out through the clothes a little bit. And he looks far more confident than when he first started. He goes over to a small cabinet, looks back at all of you, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He grabs a vial from the counter, and he goes, are we opposed to flying?
No.
He will take a little bit of the powder, rub it between his hands, and walk up to each and every one of you and just pat it on your cheeks. And do that starting with Enwin, and then going to Mandrake, and then going to Thoe, and pulling his hands back as his hands get a little warm. Go over to Grim, go over to Day, and then go over to Nyx and rub this powder. And he says, quickly, follow me. It'll keep you off the sand as well.
Is there anything in his house, or like bones? Have any bones or skulls inside of his...
Investigation check.
Yes, please, God. That's gonna be it.
I'll substitute perception if you want to as well.
Okay, that actually works really, really well. Well, it's 11, but...
As you're leaving and you're the last one out the house, you see people start to levitate off of the ground and begin to fly towards a direction that's down the beach a ways. Grim, you take a second to scope out the room, and as you do, you see a elongated skull. that it's in a place of prominence on top of the fireplace. It's a long, whatever it is, it's a beastie with a long nose, lots of teeth. Are you taking it?
I want to take it.
Okay, yeah. He's not even in the space. He's not worried about it. But you take this.
Where are you gonna put it?
You want to give me a nature check to see if you can recognize what this is?
Yes.
You're gonna hide that.
That is going to be a 15.
This is an alligator skull.
Cool.
We're doing great, guys.
Alligator or
Alligator or crocodile?
I haven't seen anything yet.
Cool. Cool. You take the skull out. Ooh, what's your alignment?
I am chaotic good.
Okay. Give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
What is this? 16.
Stressed out.
Great.
I have to laugh real quick.
Great. Okay, you guys take off. You guys watch as James flies through the air, making his way past the Dark Crown. He leads you past along the shoreline, staying just a little ways above the sand. For some of you, it's a very enlightening experience. It's a lot of fun. You're flying above the sand, and it's pretty dope. Like if you're into flying and stuff like that, like it's dope as hell. And you guys fly along. You fly past these sunken ships. You even fly past a couple of onlookers who seem to be dressed in all manner of garb that are going through two ships that have crashed just off the shoreline. As you see that there are people that could make a good deal of money if they're willing to risk their death to make it across the shoreline. The first thing that you see.
Nope, don't like that.
I like it.
As he begins to calm down, away from the darkened shore and actually past the storm a bit, you come across something very interesting.
I'm glad I picked the figurine I did now.
Yeah, me too. Let's do. Perfect. Okay. So, you find yourselves in the remnants of a sort of a ghost town. All right. Before you is this broken down shambles of a town. You see some buildings that are still standing in front of you. James is going to lead you over towards a bridge, just as you feel the magic of the spell wearing out, as the magic leaves your side. James tells you that this is the last place in which he got a ping from the item, and he has feared to go past this particular point, as you are led to a small bridge that is somewhat broken down. It's missing chunks in places. Heroes, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna talk to James.
Okay.
I'll take a point on
James is visibly nervous. I'll say this. James looks nervous as all hell. For somebody that you've just met, he is fidgety. His hand keeps going to the sword at his side, but he is maintaining composure for right now.
I'm casting locate object on the box that he showed us the picture of.
Okay. What is the range?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. Okay, you pick up the slightest ping. Do you get the location?
I can sense the direction to the object's location.
Okay, it's forward and down.
And if it's in movement, I know the direction.
It is not in movement. It is forward and down.
Okay, I let everybody. It's around here. It's close, and it's that way, but down.
So what's stopping you from going forward?
I just This area gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Heebie-jeebies.
I'm
It's gotta
gonna
be more than that.
People have scavenged this area and they don't come back. Look, I am an anthropologist. That much is true. But I also need items. You know, I need to make a living, and I've got people hunting me until I get this debt paid, and I've offset the odds a bit by being clever, but clever only gets you so far, and I'm worried.
Why are we still talking about this? There's 7 of us. Let's go.
That's what I'm.
Come on, Manny.
suggesting.
Let's just
Okay,
go.
you get to the spot on the bridge where there is a huge chunk of it missing. How would you like to cross this, Thoe? You can walk along the sides if you would like to. The water is about 20 feet below, and it is churning. It's a little later in the evening now, even though you are outside of the storm and a little bit more inland. The water seems to be moving at a pretty fast pace, as off in the distance you see a waterfall that's feeding into this area, sending the water in a current down this direction.
I'm going to try to walk along the little wall edge.
Okay. Give me an acrobatics check as you tiptoe gingerly across.
That is a 4.
That is a 4. Thoe, give me a dexterity saving throw as you go. This is easy. Why are we wasting our... And her foot slips. Her foot slips, and
That
she...
is a 6.
Goes to catch the side of this. Grim, I will give you a dexterity saving throw as well if you want to try to catch her.
Can I do guidance for savings throws?
You cannot. That is ability checks. It is not saving. I'm not.
That's okay.
Double check that for me.
If it doesn't work, I'm gonna giant eagle.
It's
it won't work for
ability check.
save. It's an ability check.
Ability check.
18.
18. As you feel yourself slip, Grim goes ho 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 and grabs onto her. Give me a strength saving throw. 24. Grabs onto your hand and yanks you back up so that you are able to walk across that tiny area.
Thanks.
Both of you moving across. How are the rest of you getting across?
Mandrake follows.
If you guys are worried about getting across, I can always carry people.
Acrobatics or athletics?
I have rope. We have lots of rope.
I can't roll lower than a 10, so 22.
Very easily. On skills that you're proficient with, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm proficient in acrobatics.
Yeah. Very easily, nimbly, doing cartwheels almost. You are able to navigate your way across the space. Who's next? James will go. James, let's see. If not more deftly, we'll walk across, still looking nervous, and instead of looking ahead like Mandrake did, James is looking straight down into the water to see if he can spot anything. He's not even paying attention to where his feet are going. At one point, you see a bit of the bricks shift a little bit, and James, without missing a beat, just does a quick little hop over that spot, still looking in the water, scavenging.
I'm kind of keeping an eye on James. Can I roll to see if I notice, or is it obvious?
It's obvious. He's not hiding it. He's looking around.
In the water.
Yeah, he's looking in the water.
When he got to my side, I would ask him, what were you looking for?
What am I... anything. Gold, item...
there's plenty of that around.
Yes, and as far as I'm concerned, it's finders keepers. I hired you to do a job, but anything that you find here, it's yours to keep. But if I find it first, it's mine.
Scanning the area.
Let's get through this. I will give you a perception check while they're getting across. Enwin?
I'm gonna go last.
Okay. Nyx?
9 transportation.
Okay.
After you, dear.
She'll cast levitate while holding onto the side of the bridge and just walk herself over and then dispel it.
You're all across?
I'm gonna walk up to the crack in the bridge. I'm gonna cast web and I'm gonna walk across.
Wow.
As everyone has made their way across, the web is cast, and he's able to sort of bouncy house, jump his way across. Mandrake, give me a perception check. Where are you looking while all of this was happening?
So it was an 18. What's around me?
Right now, it's a brick It looks like the remnants of an old place. You still see a still standing structure off right here. You see a still standing structure, and you see a walkway that leads from this structure that's built off of the ground. You realize that this area might be a flooding area, so that there is a raised walkway that leads you from this area to another fallen structure off in the distance.
How far off of our path?
You don't. Do you have a path?
Well, she had pointed out that it was straight ahead and down.
Where am I sensing it?
You're
Like, where's the down?
You're sensing it here.
Okay. Let's head towards that. It's a building.
Yes.
Let's head towards the building. It's thereabouts or there and down.
Going over.
I would look pretty intently at the structure, looking for something there. It was an 18.
18 perception. Yeah, you don't see a ton. The structure is broken. It's looks like it's aged through time. You catch little holes in the plaster and things of that sort.
I would check the holes in the plaster specifically.
Okay, give me an investigation. As Mandrake starts combing over this broken building, do you all follow suit?
To the structure?
Stick together.
To the structure.
Yeah.
17.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic as he's looking through these holes.
While we're all together, I'm going to cast Telepathic Bond on all of us except James.
Okay, you all can now speak telepathically with one another, without including James in this. One of the tiny holes. What was your investigation?
17.
You're. As you go to cast Detect Magic, you detect a faint glow coming from this off side where this little pathway leads around the building. It's just a faint glow. Right now, Mandrake's sort of looking at all the holes in the plaster right here, but you detect a faint glow of magic over in that direction.
There's something over there.
I go there.
Okay. Mandrake, you see, as you walk over to the other side, so far it's just him, you see, for a brief moment, the visage of a woman. She is bathed in blue light. She is on her knees, and she looks like she's in a moment of prayer. She looks spectral.
You must be the woman that James loves?
With that, her head turns towards you. No, she stops praying, and the ghostly visage looks towards you and goes, James, how do I know that name? I know that name. Are you him?
I'm not.
I do miss him.
He's here.
Is he?
He is.
May I speak with him?
What's your name?
Wendy?
I should tell him you're here.
What's everybody else doing? Mandrake, you hearing him having a conversation on the other side of the building?
I let everyone know that we're linked up, by the way.
Yeah.
If there's anything you don't want
You
James
get a
to know-
telepathic send from Mandrake. Do me a favor, when you're sending a telepathic message, just touch the side of your head.
We're linked up if you guys want to say anything without James knowing.
I've only got 10 minutes on this located object, so I'm focusing as much as I can on tracking down where exactly it is.
It's coming from inside this house. You can circumnavigate with this conversation that Mandrake is having and just walk inside the house if you want to.
Yeah, if there's a door, I'm busting it in.
I'm going to go ahead and say, I found a dead girl named Wendy. She is the one that was hiding this object from James. She would like to speak to James. I don't know if we want to make that happen or not.
You can ask James.
James
James
cannot hear me.
I think we found Wendy.
James will break away from the group and go around and run to this side. Is anybody joining? Mandrake and Mandrake is still there.
Day's going. She
Day's
wants to know what's
going.
happening over
Nyx
here.
is staying here.
I'm gonna follow, but I'm not going close.
You're staying back.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
me,
staying.
but I'm
behind.
going over there. So
You're
can
staying
stay with
there.
me.
You're staying back. That is our group currently at the moment, correct? You two are staying inside the house.
Yeah.
As James comes tearing around the corner and she sees him, she is filled with grief and lets loose with a scream that haunts you all to your very core. I need everybody to give me a charisma. I think it's a charisma. No, it's a wisdom saving throw, please.
Better.
And then I need you to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. Those who are outside are everywhere.
That is not Thoe and not Grim. You guys hear the scream, but you are not affected by it.
Damn it. Oh, what's wrong? 9. Same. 2 9s.
So, for wisdom saving throw, that's a 12.
A 12. Okay. Failure, failure, failure.
Yeah.
Failure.
Yeah.
By how much?
I got a 6. Wait, sorry. 9.
3 9s.
Yes.
12.
9s for everyone.
Wow.
You guys got 9s too?
By you are immediately frightened, all of you, by this ghastly wail that echoes forth. This wail rocks you all to your very core. You feel this darkened magic take hold of you, and you realize that if you had failed this save by a little bit more, there's no telling the what would have happened to you. But all of you that are around her, with the exception of James, are immediately frightened. I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me, please. I'm going to let you two roll initiative as well, since you're probably going to be doing stuff while you're inside the house and your friends are fighting outside. So currently, those of you that are frightened, you are going to have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight. And you can't move closer to the source of the fear. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't move closer, disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Okay? So give me initiative 20 to 25, please.
24.
24.
21.
22.
Jeez.
Why couldn't that have been my last roll?
Same.
That's what I was thinking.
Mandrake.
I got a nat 20 as well.
Day Thoe. What did you get? Not 20 as well?
No, I got a 19, and then I have a +3 initiative.
Okay. 20 to 15.
16.
16. Grim. 15 to 10.
11.
Yeah, there we go. There's the balance.
I've never been so high on initiative, you guys.
That takes us to Mandrake. You are first.
With a disadvantage on all attack.
You are at disadvantage. As this spectral form of this woman is standing here in the space, and you are all sort of gathered around her. Let's see if I can get a little closer to the map. Right now we have Mandrake that's right here. Day is not too far behind, but Enwyn and Nyx are behind her, and Thoe and Grim are in the house, none the wiser to what is happening. James is behind her.
We just hear the scream, right?
You just heard a scream.
I'm gonna...
I need a decision,
I know.
buddy.
I have holy water,
Okay.
which I think would work on her.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. I'm gonna bamf my holy water on her.
Okay. Give me an attack roll at disadvantage.
So a nat 1.
The holy water goes flying out of your hands, and the fear just grips your. And as you go to throw it, your hand is shaking too much, and you drop it, and it shatters in front of you as that holy water hits the ground. Day.
So she's...
I'm sorry. Hang on. Bonus action. You do anything with your bonus action?
Bonus action. Yeah. I'm scared.
You're gonna okay.
So I'm gonna go around the corner.
Okay. As you move,
Just out of sight.
As you move out of her reach, she will reach out a hand towards you and make a grasp in your direction. That is 18 to hit.
Can I uncanny dodge that?
You certainly can.
Yeah, uncanny dodge.
Okay. You will take. Oof. 18. 21 points of necrotic damage.
Halved?
Halved.
Okay. I was like, it was 42.
So you take 10.
Right.
Yeah, 10 points.
I was like, that was 42
As
points
Mandrake
of damage
goes
beyond.
running away from her and around the corner.
Okay, 10 points of damage. Got it.
Yep.
Day's gonna try to cast Calm Emotions on her.
Okay.
So it would be a Charisma 15.
Okay. Yeah. Let's. I will. That's a clever use of that spell. I don't know if it has any effect against spectral images, but we'll see.
Yeah, it just says each like humanoid.
Is it a charm thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, charmed.
So as you go to cast the spell reaches out and you feel her start to calm, but her anger, frozen in this moment in time, pushes against it, and the spell is ineffective against her.
Okay. Then the next thing she'll do is she will try to inspire Nyx.
Okay. How do you inspire Nyx?
She'll just start like singing like, it's the ghost with the most. We have the host. Please get her out of here. Wendy, please be calm. There's no need for alarm. We don't want to give you some fear.
Nyx, you are inspired.
1d8.
1d8.
Inspired.
Inspired.
Mandrake, give me another wisdom saving throw, please. You too, Day, as your turn finishes up.
Wisdom, you said?
Yes.
13.
13. Yeah. You managed to push through that fear. You were no
Okay,
longer
she was out of my
frightened.
sight too, so.
Yes.
Got it.
Thank you.
I stopped looking. I was scared.
Yeah. But yes.
10.
10. You're still a little freaked out.
Cool.
Okay. Cool. That is your turn, Thoe.
Can I go down in my initiative just because I'm trying to figure out whether or not I'm allowed to do this or not?
Yeah,
Am I allowed
absolutely.
to do that? Okay,
Yeah.
I'd like to hold my
So you're gonna just defer your
Yeah, I'm
initiative.
gonna defer my initiative.
Absolutely. So you're gonna go last
That's
now.
fine. Yeah.
It is her turn. She is going to turn around and make her way.
I have a question. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
In Calm Emotions, it is an area effect, and it says that it can help with like dispelling fear and everything. Would that help here? Even though, because I mean, they might have to all do a
You can
savings
suppress
throw.
any effect causing a target to be charmed or frightened.
Yeah.
When the spell ends, any suppressed effect resumes, provided that its duration has not expired in the meantime.
Yeah, because it's an area effect, and they can choose to fail it so that it works.
Okay. In the future, I would say that this says you attempted to suppress small emotions in a group of people.
Mhm.
Each humanoid within a 20-foot radius sphere centered on a point that you choose within range. So had she chosen to, she could have enveloped the ghost and James, or you could have chosen to cast this on yourself and your party, because
who was in front of me?
no one was in front of you. It's James. So you could cast it 5. If to get her, it's 20-foot sphere. You can't catch her and the party.
Well, because I have to play both sides.
Go ahead and play both sides. I'm
The
ready.
second is alternatively, you can make a target indifferent about creatures of your choice that it is hostile towards. That's what you chose this time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't do both on two
Yeah.
different groups of people.
Okay.
So like you were trying to calm her, so you can't
You were trying to calm her, so
Yeah.
you don't get both. Not at a
Yeah.
level 2 enchantment, I
that's-
think. There.
That's good. Like,
But that's really good. You guys need to be aware, though, that if you were to do that, and then somebody were to attack her, the charm would immediately end. Like
Right. But
like the-
if she did it so that she calmed the fear and everything, and someone attacked her.
as the creature that she is currently, she is immune to being charmed.
Okay.
I will grant you that she cannot be charmed,
Got it.
but they can. So that might be a good use for that. Some of them can. Okay. Thank you. No, that was a good try. That was very, very good. I don't know where we are in the. It is her turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I need you to give me a charisma saving throw.
That's 16.
Not you, Nix.
Well,
Sorry,
rolled
Day.
good though.
You're going to jail.
Yeah, it's jail.
16.
No, that's fine. The ghost disappears for a minute and flies in Day's direction, and it tries to possess her. It is unable to do so, as she is able to reject the spirit out of her, and she retreats away from her screaming, as this foreign presence is not able to invade her mind. That is your turn, Grim.
With all the screaming, I'm sure all the hooting and hollering outside, I'm just going to stealth my way outside.
Give me stealth. Your movement is halved when you're stealthy.
Okay. That's fine.
Give me a stealth roll.
Stealth, that's going to be 23.
Oh, okay. Where are you moving?
So, I want to go, pretty much we're last where I saw everybody else, so I'm just going to go around the other side of the house.
5, 10. You don't see everybody. You see James, who's sort of looking off at this ghostly presence.
Okay, is there the corner of the wall where it's like I can see him and then...
Yeah, you can say right here at the corner.
Yeah, I'll be right there at the corner of the wall.
Okay.
Just kind of
hang out there for a second. That's your turn, Enwin.
can I still see her?
You definitely can see her.
Cool. I'm gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Give me all of the blasts are going in her direction.
Yeah.
Give me all of these at disadvantage, please.
Okay, so what's my plus for that? I'm so sorry. An 18, a 16, and an adjusted 20.
Yes, all of those hit.
Okay.
That's a disadvantage.
7.
All of those were at
16.
disadvantage.
Yeah, those were all at disadvantage.
Okay. Yeah, roll damage.
16.
Oh, total.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bonus action. I'm gonna do it again.
Do it again.
Doesn't duck.
That also makes sense.
Alright, that's cocked. That whatever. That's a 12, and a 14.
All of those hit.
Oh, okay. 18, 22 altogether.
Okay. You see bits of her flying off, but as tiny parts of her are dissipating. And James, it's his turn, and he is just frozen as he looks at her outstretched hand, not frightened, but watches as bits of her are flaking off and flying away, with each eldritch blast that carves into her. Nix.
I would like to banish the ghost, please.
Okay. What is the save on?
Charisma 17.
Charisma save of 17.
I'd like to banish you, please.
She makes her save as the magic does not seem like it.
I'm a get out of there then.
Okay. This is you?
Yeah, I'm gonna move where I. Yeah,
Can't see.
away. Where I, exactly.
Wisdom saving throw, please.
Me?
Yep.
Okay.
And when you too.
Wisdom is 18.
Okay. You are not frightened.
11.
You are still frightened. You've moved. Okay. Thoe.
I'm still getting a ping on this thing straight below us.
Straight below you. You're inside this tiny little hovel. There's furniture. There's a big rug in the center of the room.
Doesn't matter. I'm using both of my uses of wild shape to turn into an earth elemental, which can burrow through non-magical unworked earth and stone.
Okay.
While doing so, the elemental doesn't disturb the material it moves through. So either if I can go through that house, but if I can't, I'd like to go through the ground underneath.
You turn into a giant earth elemental. It is a big all earth elemental. As you do, you take one tentative step towards the center of the house, towards the carpet, and being like, all right, we're going to dig, and you fall immediately through the carpet. There was no flooring, nothing like that, and the earth elemental bounces down the stairway that was leading you down into a large cavern. Give me... I'll just say you take, you're like, here we go, no! As you take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as you fall down the stairs that you were hoping to, like, carve through. Any bonus action?
Yeah, I'm gonna go darn in earth elemental.
If any of you were there, you'd hear the crumbling of rocks. You know. We cycle back to the top of the initiative order with Mandrake.
Okay, so I'm not scared anymore.
No, you're not scared.
Okay, I'm gonna...
James is just standing in front of Wendy. Bits of her have been blown off. She's barely standing there.
Okay, I'm gonna throw my hat.
Okay, give me an attack roll. As you come around the corner and throw your hat.
Ain't good.
Okay.
I roll 7 plus 8, 15.
That hits. Roll damage.
15. And this is not...
There is currently no one in melee with her.
Right, so it's not sneak attack.
James is not being antagonistic towards her.
1d8, sorry.
Yeah.
It's been a bit for my hat. My d8.
Okay.
Got it. Oh, well, an 8.
How do you want to do this?
Plus 4, 12 points of damage.
How do you want to do this?
I would throw my hat, aiming for her throat to take off her head.
Okay. The hat is thrown forward as James is sort of reaching out and reacting emotionally towards this woman that meant so much to him. The hat flies forward, decapitating the spectral form of the ghost, and the head just sort of falling to the side as she dissipates completely in the space.
Head disappears?
The head disappears, the body disappears, all of it disappears. You are no longer in combat.
And the chunks of the body that was blown away disappear also?
All the chunks of the ghostly body disappear.
God damn. I really want.
And I wanted sand. You weren't able to help. Let's move forward.
James is catatonic. James is just sort of staring into the space at the spectral form that has disappeared in front of him. He is unresponsive. He is just standing there. Give me perception checks, gang.
Do I see the box?
Thoe is gone. Everybody notices. The group notices that Thoe is gone.
Okay, so one, Mage Hand slap James to try to get him to wake up.
Yeah. Give me an attack roll.
So the carpet was an
You can't
illusion?
attack with Mage Hand, can you?
You cannot.
So the carpet's still there?
You said he's using...
I said I was going to Mage Hand slap him.
Yeah, I know. Give me an attack roll.
I didn't collapse the carpet. The carpet was an illusion carpet?
Nope. You collapse the carpet. All you had to do was pull it out of the side, but you...
No, I'm saying Thoe's gone, but there's a big hole in the center of the room.
There's currently no one in that room.
Okay, got it.
So Thoe is not in the battlefield. She did not come running out when Grim came running out. Thoe is just not there outside with you all.
Yes.
So like an unarmed strike?
You go...
It was a 9.
You go to attack him with your mage hand, and it just goes...
Hey, Thoe, where'd you end up?
What's the range on this, buddy?
Me?
Yep.
Indefinite.
It's an infinite telepathic bond?
Can communicate telepathically whether or not they have a possible over any distance, though it can't extend to other planes.
Whoo, doggy.
Yeah.
Thoe, you get a where are you?
Okay, Earth Elementals communicate in Terran. Do I also...
I can still understand you with the telepathy.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so we all can.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
fell down a hole in the house.
Crib's going back in.
I look like an earth elemental.
I don't like that. I'm gonna touch my head and say, thanks for all of the help.
I was looking for the box. I figured you guys could handle each other. And the things. Or whatever.
You didn't even know if it was only one thing or
I
multiple
don't know,
things?
but I was looking for the box while that spell was still lasting.
Can we please focus?
I was focused. She didn't help us.
Grim's in the house. He's just looking at things before it goes down.
I'm gonna try to pick up James on our way in.
How long does this last?
10 minutes.
Pick him up.
Slap it.
Yeah.
Snap out of it.
You give him a slap.
Okay.
You give him a slap with your actual hand,
Right.
not your ghost pickpockety invisible hand.
Right.
And as you slap him, he centers himself. It says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't expect to. I'm sorry.
You want to tell
So-
us what happened there?
That.
I didn't know she had died.
Why was she so angry? With you?
I don't know.
Why was she keeping this item from you?
She thought she knew best.
Did she?
I'm alive and she's dead.
So no.
So no.
Okay.
You
Just making sure.
also don't have the item in your hands, and as someone who's made a lot of bad deals.
Why don't you stop talking about shit that you don't understand?
You're right. I don't understand. Explain it to me.
You're not being paid to understand or psychoanalyze me. You're being paid to retrieve this. If I wanted a doctor to help me, I would pay a doctor to help me. Now, are you going to do your job and help me through this? Or do you want to ask me more questions about who I am or where I come from? If you want out of this job, get out of the job.
It's more about if this item is going to do more damage than good in your hands.
Did I promise you an easy trek? I just watched the woman I love turn into a ghost to try to kill me. What do you
the
want
item?
from me,
You
hat
want the
guy?
item? I'll get you the item.
Edwin's gonna start walking into the house and just kind of like.
But if it causes harm to wonder in your hands, I'll also be the one to take it back.
That sounds fair. Let's talk about items that cause harm and wonder, shall we? And he looks up at your hat and walks past you.
That'll be there too.
Where we take our leave now to finish the job you're getting paid to do.
Bowie,
Let's go.
find yourself
The
at the
job
bottom
you
of a set of
wanted to do.
stairs.
Do I need to recast locate object or is it still working?
It is still locating a chest that is directly across from where you are. Located inside a small chest behind a throne that is in this space. As you hit this spot, give me a perception check, please.
11?
11. You hear the...
What is that stuff around the stone?
As you creep over, it is dead bodies. It is zombies. They are moving against one another in a wave. You see the faint outline of faces and souls trapped in an endless sea of movement, filling the space in front of you. It is more bodies in a space than you have ever seen at any given time, and that is what is surrounding this platform. There is no bridge to cross the platform. It is just bodies.
Using those wild shapes.
Hang on, Nyx.
Real quick, what was verbatim what the job we accepted said?
Help retrieve the box. The box has an item.
Okay.
I need your help retrieving the box.
The box. Okay. Cool.
Okay?
Mandrake has followed.
The rest of you have made your way in. There is a large circular place that once held a rug with a set of stairs leading downward.
I was already doing my going down.
Going down the stairs.
Great. You all make your way down the stairs, and a hulking monstrosity stands before you.
I did tell them that I was an earth elemental.
She did.
You did.
I did.
They have never seen it, and
Okay.
James doesn't know.
Got it.
Okay, so James looks and looks around and goes to draw his sword.
It's fine.
So
That's Thoe.
She's with us.
Okay. It is the first time you've ever seen Thoe in Earth Elemental form, and she is large and hulking. You all, after a little bit of time, see the teeming sea of zombies that fill the entire space. They are moving amongst themselves, a veritable crowd of them.
So is this what you were afraid of there, James?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
What's the distance between us and the first step on the
5,
other
10, 15, 20 to cross the first gap to the stone platform. There is a stone throne over on the platform. Just past it, you can see a demonic stone statue, and before it holds a small brown ornate box in its hand. There's also various crates located next to the stone altar, the stone like dais, with the throne upon it.
Did you say zombies?
I did.
How many?
Many. If you
Like-
look at the map,
All that
all
gray
of the
is
gray that you see,
Great. Gotcha.
Many.
that is
Cool.
faces and figures that right now they're all just sort of moving amongst each other.
Great.
Grim is just gonna slowly start backing up, and he's gonna jump towards the center.
Ideal.
Grim backs up. It looks like he's afraid. This is a 5, 10, 15, 20,
Keep going.
25,
Keep going.
30-foot running leap.
I got this.
Okay. He's got the rabbit.
And I got the.
Give me an athletics check and pray that you make this.
With the boots of spring and straying.
You get to
at
triple
advantage?
your jump.
Right.
Yeah.
So at advantage or no?
No.
Okay.
You triple your jump.
Athletics.
Athletics.
While he's in the air, I would like to turn undead.
Okay, so it's still a 13. So, but yeah, it's 13. So, but to triple what I already did.
Oh, buddy. Oh, man. I wish you had looked before you left.
So that doesn't help, does it?
We'll see.
Harvey, help a brother out.
Long jump. When you make a long jump, you can cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet. What's your strength score, buddy?
+7.
What's your score?
Oh, I'm
not
sorry.
your modifier.
16.
I think
So he can conceivably jump this without, but it's him. I will say with the boots, Harvey providing a little boost to your speed, you whiff this. You whiff this hard as you take a running jump and you just leap a little bit too soon, but you manage to scramble up on the other side.
Like we're on like tiptoes, like on the stone.
Yeah. And it is a boom, bam, and you manage to make your way across. Yes.
I throw my hat, cast on the brim, and land on the other side.
Okay, that's Mandrake's.
I'm gonna turn undead and just walk right through it.
Okay. There is a bit of a, like, it's a pit. So you can do this. You can turn undead. Go ahead and give me an intelligence check here.
It's not my forte. Just straightened.
Straightened.
16.
This is a fine idea.
Great.
I don't like the way you said that, but that's what she believes, so she's gonna go ahead and do it.
Okay. What is the save on turn undead?
I believe
You
It's
just hold out your holy symbol.
it's channel divinity, yeah. So.
Okay. And any number of undead just turn away from you for how long?
Wow, why did you just leave me? and undead. Each can see or hear you within 30 feet. You must make
Cool.
wisdom saving.
All right.
Is that right?
Within 30 feet of you, it is a wisdom save.
It is a wisdom.
Okay. I'm going to do a massive wisdom save. You watch as this chunk of zombies clears away, providing a small lip for you to jump down into the pit, walk across, and make your way.
Also, if any of them have a CR of half, then they automatically get destroyed.
Because of your cleric level?
Yep.
When the undead fails its saving throw against you. Okay. With...
Zombies are 1/4.
Yeah. With that, there is a... as a huge chunk of them, a wave, they all explode. A line... you have about 6 seconds to make your way across the way. Give me an athletics check before the teeming sea fills in the gap. Rather than zombies pushing outward against the water, suddenly there is a gap where they have all exploded.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have filling in the space.
Okay. Can I do guidance on myself? You can roll the die before I'm...
You
Yeah.
I think you can. It's an ability check.
It's a touch, so I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
Nat 20, yep. You burn through your channel divinity, your turn undead, and with that you make your way across the pit. How... Anybody else doing anything?
Yeah, I'm going to, you're gonna hate this, I'm sorry. I'm gonna conjure me some woodland beings because they know how to fly.
You go to conjure and you are unable to in earth elemental
Oh, sorry, I'm
form.
dropping my bonus action to drop
dropping
my
your other
elemental.
wild
Yep,
shape.
I'm dropping.
Okay.
So I have no more wild shapes.
Okay.
But I'm going to conjure some pixies. I can't do anything else other than conjure them for
Okay.
now. But
All right. What are you doing with those pixies as you
I
summon?
would like to find out if anybody else wants to fly.
Sure. Sounds fun.
Okay, there's 4 of us left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if everybody's cool with it,
Misty
4 of
stuff.
those 8 pixies.
Nope,
No, okay,
Nix
three,
is gone.
three of those pixies are going to cast fly so that we can fly across.
Okay. Give me a charisma save, please.
Not that I don't trust you,
Ooh,
but-
I'm not great at that. That's an 8.
One of the pixies is a little freaked out.
Okay.
You've planted them in amidst undead, and that's fine. They're not leaving. They're not doing anything.
Okay.
But you notice one of the pixies is starting to get a little nervous.
Okay.
Okay. You have all made your way over to the stone platform, navigating through. What would you like to do?
Mandrake's gonna look around.
Magic.
Mandrake's gonna look around for anything
Same.
that looks valuable.
You guys just start pillaging and plundering.
He said it was all up for grabs.
Detect magic. Each one of the platforms, as the space lights up, the small stone platforms scattered about the space, each one lights up with a necromantic magic. There is a small box in the back corner which lights up. It's the smallest of the wooden boxes. And directly across the way, that statue is alight, and so is the small box in the statue's hands.
All with necromancy?
Yes.
There's a lot of necromancy going on.
No,
Let's just-
this is not necromancy. This is transmutation.
There's a lot of necromancy in that box over there. It's transmutation, so you might want to look at that.
I'll carefully go examine what's over there.
Cool. Define carefully.
I'm gonna look until I know as much as possible. And
It's
then
a
touch
wooden.
it.
It's a wooden crate.
Then I'll gingerly open it.
As you open this crate, there is a of green gas that escapes from the crate itself. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Great. That's 13.
Okay. You inhale this gas, and there's a
Nothing.
as far as you know. Yes.
I rolled a 17 for investigation.
Sure. There are boxes over in this direction. Where would you like to investigate? You can investigate the stone throne. You can investigate these boxes over in this direction. You can just do a general investigation check. You're looking to pillage and plunder.
Yeah.
You go over and flip open these boxes one by one.
I would check them for traps first.
Okay. So you get high investigation. You find these boxes over here. You look over at the throne. You look over across the way, and you see that wooden box that's accurately described.
Right.
Give me a check for traps. Give me an investigation check as you look specifically in the box for traps. Nix, there's a amulet at the bottom of this
10, 17.
crate.
All right.
17. Yeah. This box in front of you. That you are looking at is definitely trapped on the lid. You see a small wire that's connected to it.
Okay, undo.
Yeah.
What can I tell from just looking at the amulet? Nothing?
It's real pretty.
It's real pretty.
It's got a black stone right in the middle of it that seems to shimmer.
Pretty.
What's everybody else doing?
Hey, Mandrake. I found something.
Disarming a trap. I'll be right there.
Disarm the trap?
Yep.
Those of us that can fly for 10 minutes, so I'm going to fly around that, where I've been looking for the box, where I've seen the box, which is that far pedestal. I'm not going to touch it yet. I'm going to look around it.
This thing right here?
That's where you said the box was.
Yeah, yeah. The box is right here.
Yeah.
So you're just
I
going
want
to fly.
Investigate it and see what I see before I touch it.
Sure. D20.
Investigation. That sucks. That was like a
For
3
what?
on the dice. So.
This is for disarming the trap.
And what is it?
Thieves' tools plus proficiency. So it's going to be just a dex check with...
Dex plus...
Yes.
Okay, so 12 plus proficiency.
Do you have proficiency
18.
in thieves' tools?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So
Alright, do you have
18.
expertise in thieves' tools?
I believe I do. Hold on.
Make sure you double check that. 15. I'll say 15 is enough to cut through the trap and disarm it. As you do, you feel the wire twang, and you open up this.
Where do I find that? Sorry.
No, just be.
Okay,
I would say.
so...
Yeah.
You're just proficient.
So you're just proficient. That's perfect.
Okay.
The inside is our small pouches.
I take the pouches.
Investigation was 5.
5. You don't spot anything odd. You do see the demonic figure. It looks like it's got a pig face, giant wings, and it's holding the box centered as you fly around
Land on
it.
the platform. I'm not going to touch the box yet. Though.
Did you say there was a throne? That's what you said.
There is a throne.
Grim is definitely like looking at it. That was a 16 I rolled for investigation, just to kind of look at the.
How are you sitting in it?
No, I just want. Are there any like jewels or?
It is completely carved out of rock.
I wouldn't know if there's any rights to something I'd do.
I grab the pouches and I go down.
God, I just want to sit in it. I really want to sit in it.
I'm gonna quickly, like, Day, if I start acting weird, do you have anything I inhaled? Who knows what?
Great. I'll do my best.
James, having had flight cast upon him, will fly over, see that the box is there, grab the box, and bring the box back over here to where the throne is.
I really want to sit in the throne.
I think we're done here. Thank you.
Good. I'm going to fly back across zombies while I can still fly.
Okay. There is a flying across the way flying across.
I'm looking at... Nyx asked me to come over, so I'm with Nyx.
Yeah, there's an amulet inside of a box, and Nyx is looking at it. James will fly across the way as well, landing on the other side.
Did you check it out and see if it's cursed, or...
Or do you want me to touch it?
Do you need to touch it to check that out?
Yes.
Oh, okay, well then
Grim,
I'll
are you
grab
sitting
it.
in the throne?
I kind of want.
Oh God, don't do it,
Amulets are
please.
traps. He kind of wants to.
you. Okay.
It's kind of like, yeah, let's do it. Like,
Grim, please don't.
You know what?
We're begging you.
I'm gonna cast Remove Curse on it just in case.
Okay. Nyx is here. Where is Enwin? Are you by the boxes?
Sure. I've got to be 30 feet away from the box to have seen it.
Okay, so you're by the boxes. Grim.
I'm like in that throne.
So it's not cursed now.
Where's Mandrake?
He's standing with Nyx, reaching in and grabbing that amulet.
Okay.
Which is not
Sits
cursed.
there. Where's Day?
I would be by the necromancy box if I'm being honest.
Oh, right over here. That's the box that James grabbed and is flying over this way.
Oh, he grabbed the necromancy box?
Yeah.
Okay, then she'd be by Nyx.
Okay. As he sits in the throne, all of the boxes open simultaneously, issuing forth all of the traps. Everybody give me Constitution saving throws, except for Thoe and James, who have flown across the way and are standing outside that by the door.
Wait, what did you need?
Constitution saving throw.
Nat 1.
Nat 1. Thank you for the raid. Action stir. 4. Nat 1.
Nat 1.
Nat 20.
23.
23. You two feel this odd green the smoke, and you were able to hold your breath and stop it from entering into your system. Day.
I got a 12.
12. Okay. You start coughing as it just hits you in the wrong spot. Then you can't. So Nyx, Day, and Mandrake are affected by this green smoke that issues forth from the boxes as Grim sits in the chair.
This it's not as comfy as I expect this to be.
Why would you do that?
Inside.
I will freaking kill you next time.
Inside the boxes, you will find a book. It is not magical in nature. It did not light up. You also find collectively a yes.
I'm gonna cast Expeditious Retreat and grab all the things.
Wow.
Okay. Mandrake goes to give me contested dex checks as you start to run around and grab up every single thing in the room, Sonic the Hedgehog style. Does anybody just try to stop him? Does anybody try to grab something before Mandrake grabs it and puts it in?
I'd rather you touch it.
Yep,
Yeah.
same. Just like,
So you have the amulet.
He's
I have
gonna
the
do
amulet.
it. Might as well.
Amulet.
Yeah.
The random sacks.
Eat it.
Okay, little tiny sacks. 2 books.
Okay.
Both wrapped in
Pouches.
a dark leather.
Amulet, books,
Can I have
in
leather?
dark leather.
No.
Got it.
And
You
a,
get nothing.
and a 2 solid platinum bars.
2 solid platinum bars.
Okay.
Got
watching
it.
him sprint
And then,
around. I'm
and
just
then
gonna-
I stop next to the throne and go, that was stupid. I'm not sharing.
You can share with the rest of us. And I'm going to fly back across.
Okay.
Yeah. Day's gonna fly across as well.
Well, Day's gonna try.
Oh, no.
Enwin, this is yours.
Uh-huh.
You fly across. As you go, Day, to fly across, your skin, as you go to cross this stone threshold, will suddenly glow a bright green color, oh so similar to the smoke that you inhaled earlier, and the zombies surrounding the dais will all turn their heads in your direction and begin crawling their way up on top of the dais.
Seeing that, I'm going to cast Remove Curse on myself.
Okay. I will say that you are granted this one particular action to go ahead and do that. Day, I'm going to put you here as the first wave of zombies start crawling their way up.
I have 5 remaining pixies that have not cast fly.
Correct.
So I'm going to have them go over to cast fly on the last 4 people. With we've still got the telepathic connection.
Yes.
Permission to cast fly.
Yeah.
Granted.
Sure.
Yep.
Cast fly.
Okay. All of you have fly on your person. I will say that fly is active, and then you just send the pixies up, like, get away from the zombies, get away from the zombies. Yeah. So you have fly on your person.
Can I hack a part of a zombie off?
Okay. This is here. Day is here. You are across the way. Enwin has made it across to the other side. Mandrake is here, and Nyx is here next to Grim in the chair. Correct?
Yes.
That's everybody's placement. Go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Great.
As
Everyone?
That's better.
yeah, everyone.
It's better.
I want to cry.
Nat 20.
Nat
20.
20. That's God. You guys are 20 hot tonight. 20 to 25, please.
If I were doing plus initiative?
Yeah,
It's
it's
plus your
plus your
initiative.
initiative. It's the only time at
26,
20.
so
Grim, 20 to 25.
21.
23.
23. Tay.
I hate this.
Mandrake.
We're finally doing something good, guys. Hey.
Okay. They're all gonna go at the
No,
same
come in handy
time.
right now, 'cause I'm dead.
16. Edwin. Zoe. Edwin. Nix.
13.
8.
I did so well this time, but you guys did so much better.
You were in the same place you were last time.
Grim, you're up first.
Okay, so I'm just gonna jump to the first zombie that I can get close to.
Okay.
And use my Vorpal sword.
1,
and
2, 3,
okay.
4.
Okay.
So
So
5,
this
10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. What's your movement?
40. Well, that's my walking speed.
Yep.
45 feet.
Yep. You managed to make it right up to the line.
Okay, so that is going to be a 19 and a nat 1 to hit on that one.
Okay. The 19 hits. The nat 1 does not.
Okay, perfect. So then that is 8. What's this?
Actually,
come on. 13 points of damage, and for that first one, and the second, that is 29 and 25.
29 points of.
No, sorry, that's 13 points of damage.
Hang on. How many attacks are you taking here? What
Well,
was the
17
and
I get
1?
3.
You get 3 attacks?
Yeah, because I get
This
like
level
3.
up?
Yeah, I get 3 attacks per action.
Okay, so before you gave me a
Okay,
17
so
and a.
Right, so my first one was a 9 and a 1. About using the sword, I get a 19, and that was a nat 1. But my sword's a
What did
plus
you
10.
roll? So you rolled 2 attacks, right?
Yeah.
What was your first attack? A nat 1,
Oh,
correct?
yeah, a nat
And then your second attack was a 9 plus 10,
Right.
19.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've rolled a third attack.
Okay,
You're giving me 2 numbers, though. What is your third attack? These are
one.
not at advantage.
Right,
This is just a straight d20 as you
Right.
make 3 attacks.
And 19.
19, another 19.
Yeah.
Okay, so roll damage for the 2 19s as you start carving into this thing with the Vorpal sword.
Then let me do this one more. Sorry. That's a 9 points of damage for one, and then I said 13 points of damage for the other one.
13 points of damage for the other one as you start carving into this zombie in front of you with the Vorpal sword. You doing anything with your bonus action, buddy?
I'm gonna shift.
Shift. Okay. You start channeling the aspect of Harvey close to you, and you immediately start carving into the zombie in front of you. That is your turn, Day.
So she's gonna go ahead and cast Fairy Fire, and it is the 20-foot cube. So my estimates is that it could get like 5 of them. Am I right?
Hang on. 11, 4, 15. Yeah, that zombie crumples to the ground and then rises back up.
Oh god.
By the way, those of you who have fly, your flying speed is 60 feet.
Oh, hell yeah.
Dope.
You want to get 5 of them.
Hell yeah.
Right now, you have 1, 2, 3,
It's
4, 5.
20
so
foot. So is it 4?
It's a yeah.
It would be
So
4.
what 4 do you want to get?
Let's go ahead and take the 4 that are like directly in the middle.
1, 2, 3, 4. You're
Yeah.
gonna light them up with fairy fire. So I
Yeah.
need 4 deck saves.
It's 15.
Only one makes it save.
Okay.
The rest have fairy fire outlining them as they begin to glow. I will say the one that doesn't get hit is the one directly in front of you. That's your action. Doing anything with your bonus action?
Yeah, she's gonna inspire, and I feel like she would know a little bit of modern music, so she's gonna inspire Mandrake, and she's just gonna be like, "Go be a killer, kill the undead, and get us out of here before I chop off one of their heads. Go be a killer," and that's it.
You are inspired.
Free action. I'm gonna touch my forehead and say, "There are literally thousands of zombies in here. Run!" And I will fly to the other side.
Were you affected by the green gas?
I was.
As you begin to fly forward towards the green gas, as you get to this area, you start to cough profusely, falling down to the ground, landing on the stone statue, and another group of zombies will make their way forward as you have tried to cross the threshold.
Yeah, I tried that. Didn't work last time. Take the D8 and run with it.
There's a lot of free action
Was it
talking
a
going
curse
on right
or
now.
not?
As 4 more zombies.
I'm gonna find out if it's a curse or not real soon.
Crawl their way out and surround Mandrake Madigan. James is going to take off.
Bye. What about our payment?
Technically, we didn't
He's
recover
got
the
the
box
box.
from him, so
He's got the box. We've got heading up the stairs.
we were paid to get the box, and we didn't get the box. So
We were paid to help him get the box.
Yep.
Which we did. We got him down here.
Yeah.
All right.
James
We're
takes
not-
off.
We
Not
just have to
having
go
a fay around
find
with the
him.
words.
That is his turn. Mandrake.
So that was my action, the movement, correct?
Wait, that was Grim. That was Day. You did a free action.
I
You used
spoke
your
and then I
movement
flied.
to fly.
I flied.
You
I
fly.
fly.
You still have an action and a bonus action.
I still have an action and a bonus action. Is there anybody around me other than the zombies?
I mean,
Yes.
Grim's somewhat close. He's fighting
Is he
against
within
the zombie.
5 feet of me?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Sword Burst.
Okay.
Nice.
It's 3d6.
Dex saves for the zombies.
Dex 15.
They have a negative 2.
Really?
They all
Like,
fail.
not those zombies. No.
5,
no.
9. 5, 9, 13.
Okay. They are cut to heck. They're still standing though, as you see bits of their flesh falling. Wait.
At a level. No, okay. No, okay. Sorry, I was reading the rest of the spell. I haven't cast that one in a while.
Okay. Doing anything with your bonus action?
They still dare.
Yep.
I can't disengage. I will get this cut. So many hits. So many hits.
Panicking is a free action.
I
do it all the time.
I would like.
I
I
do
would
it
like
all
to
the time.
express a mild amount of panic.
Okay.
And
D4 amount of panic, not a D8.
Hide. Yep. No, I got nothing.
Got it. Thoe.
Okay, I don't know if
I
this
got
is
no
gonna help at all.
bonus action.
I can't create a path. When she created a path before, it filled in like within 6 seconds, right?
It filled in within 6 seconds,
Okay,
depending on how you choose to create your path.
Right. Well, I've got. Yeah, I'm not sure that this is gonna help. I want to see first of all how they react to sun because I've got one, but I've only got one level 6 on
Define
it.
sun.
I've got daylight, but I've also got sunbeam, which is like radiant.
There is a big difference.
No. I know that.
Yeah.
But I've only got one of those, and
Okay.
I don't want to waste it because if they just swarm back in, it didn't really do much. I can take out a lot of them.
You could and you can.
Right. But not from the angle that I'm at. So what I'm gonna try first, because it's only a 3rd level spell, is I'm gonna try casting daylight on this area, this like 60-foot area between where I am and where the zombies are.
Are you flying up in
See
the
how
air
they
to do
react.
this?
I'll fly up a little bit, but I'm not going over the zombies.
Is daylight a concentration spell?
Daylight is not a concentration spell.
And you're not. Are you casting sunbeam or daylight?
Daylight.
Okay.
Because sunbeam is a 5 foot by
And
60
concentration.
foot. Yeah.
Okay. You go. You fly up a little bit, and then you cast the spell daylight on these creatures to shine down all about you. The chamber is illuminated. You can see in the space extremely well. And it's illuminated for 60 feet. Some of them recoil back from the darkness. As you can see them better illuminated, you see them all manner of dress. Now, you haven't taken the time to really examine them, but each of them looks like they are wearing adventurer's garb. Some of them are in knights' outfits, and they are all wearing different forms, all of which seem to be scavengers or adventurers of some type as you illuminate the space. They don't recoil, they don't take damage from it, but they are taken aback by the sudden burst of bright light in the space.
Alright.
Okay? Doing anything with your bonus action?
he's looking rough right now, right?
He does.
Next, okay, then I'm
Me?
gonna use.
No, I don't think Nick's.
I haven't taken a hit.
Yeah, Grim might have. No, nobody's taken a hit yet.
No.
Okay, we're good.
I gained.
Yeah.
No, I'm good.
Okay. That is Thoe's turn. Enwin.
I'm gonna do the warlock thing.
What is the warlock thing?
Eldritch Blast.
What?
A couple of the zombies by Mandrake.
Okay, cool. Give me 2 attack rolls, please.
I have 3 of them at this level, thank you.
Give me 3 attack rolls, please. At disadvantage for sass.
Oh wow.
No, you're fine. Just 3
I was like,
attack
"What,
rolls.
I didn't sass you.
No, I know you didn't sass me, but that is my
11, 14, and 26.
11, 14, and 26. All of those hit. Roll damage, please. Are you aiming them all at the same zombie, or are you aiming them at separate zombies?
I'm gonna go for 3 different zombies.
Okay.
1 is 9, 1 is 5, 1 is 3.
9, 5, 3. 2 of the zombies crumble to the ground. And 2 of them do not get back up.
Great. Nice.
Bonus action?
3 more.
Nice.
Nat 20.
Okay.
Max damage on that one, of course.
That one
Zombies.
falls immediately.
13 and 16.
Okay. Those all hit. Where are you aiming them? You hitting some of the ones
3
that
other
are...
zombies.
Boom, boom, boom. Okay, cool. That's 2 other zombies. The one you hit with the nat 20 falls to the ground and immediately dies.
Okay.
So 2 other zombies are going to take these hits. Roll damage.
5 and 1.
5 and 1. Okay. They are still up. That is your action, your bonus action. Nyx.
Alright, I'm going to fly out to the left.
Okay.
Over them to see one if I'm not, like, to the diagonal left.
Diagonal left.
So that they're in a line in front of me.
This way.
Yeah, so I'm over, and I'm am I
You're
high
floating
enough,
over them.
Am I high enough that I'm not going to get attacked by the ones below me?
Absolutely, as
Cool.
long as you stay upright.
All right, and the same thing didn't happen to me where I started glowing.
Nope.
Great. Well then, I'm going to cast Sunbeam at the line.
Okay.
That has been set up perfectly.
Okay. What is the save for Sunbeam?
Con 17, and since they're undead, I assume they take it at disadvantage.
They do take it at disadvantage.
So, yeah.
They all fail.
Dope.
Or we're about it, dead.
What type of damage is this?
This is Radiant.
Okay. Roll damage.
21 Radiant.
I'm going to say, for the sake of brevity, they all crumbled.
Great.
You are floating above the space.
Cool.
It is the zombie's turn. He's going to take a slam against Mandrake.
Can he dodge?
14 to hit.
It doesn't hit.
Okay. Then you are all set.
Got
Just a regular
Day.
She's gonna try. I don't really know if this will help. But she's gonna. It's not gonna be that.
What you got, Day?
At this point, she's just gonna try to touch someone and see if lesser restoration helps them. I don't know if it would though, because it's like a condition afflicting them. The condition be blinded, deaf, and paralyzed or poisoned.
Okay. You touch yourself. You touch yourself, or you touch Grim. Who do you touch?
I'll go ahead and touch myself,
Yep.
and then.
You feel the warm, powerful magic of lesser restoration move through your body. You feel the cold hand of death, which does not frighten you, but you're not sure whether that affected the magic at all surrounding you.
So with that, she'll try to fly across.
As she goes to fly across, you feel yourself coughing even more, and another set of zombies will make their way forward. Another 4 figures.
So those 3 are all stuck with the coughing.
No.
No. Not you.
Grim is not
I'm just
affected.
trying to
Currently, the
help you.
only people are Mandrake and Day.
I live here now.
That are afflicted.
Yeah.
That's
that are
fine.
afflicted with the coughing.
That's fine. I just,
You have not communicated whatsoever what you did in order to prevent you from.
I have not, because I wasn't sure yet.
Gotcha. That is your turn, Day.
Just
you doing anything with your bonus action?
Not this time.
Okay. Give me an intelligence check.
That's a nat 1.
Great. Mandrake.
Okay, so I've got the one next to me. How's he looking?
He's looking okay.
He's looking okay?
For an undead zombie.
Right. I'm gonna attack with my rapier.
Sure.
15, 20.
That hits.
Yeah.
He's got a real low AC. These guys
Yeah.
are not meant to be like up
In
close and
combat.
personal fighters.
Right. And then
As you turn around and start.
7 plus 4.
11 points of
11
damage.
points of damage.
This guy falls. Crumbles to the ground into dust.
And
Intelligence check.
It works great, like 90% of the time. 18. No, 17.
You think it was because of the green thing that you inhaled? You're able to deduce that at
Right.
least.
Okay. I'm gonna. Would I have noticed that Nyx crossed the line?
You would. He's
And
standing and floating above the space.
And he had inhaled it, and I know that.
Correct.
What did you do?
Not your turn. That's your turn, Mandrake. Zoe.
I'm gonna fire a produce flame at the zombie that. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna go far enough.
5, 10,
No.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35.
No, it won't. I'm moving my initiative down.
Okay, you got it. Zoe, give me a perception check as a free action.
16.
Mandrake's bag is glowing of the same green material that you saw everybody else as they begin to cough.
Mandrake, your bag's glowing.
I can't count on a lot of things, but I can count on a few things. And when?
I'm gonna fly up.
Everyone knows now
myself.
that Mandrake's bag is glowing.
Great. I'm gonna put myself between the pixies and the zombies.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire 3 Eldritch Blasts. There's 3 of them there?
There's 4.
4? 3 of them, whatever. There it is.
Go ahead and make all 3 of your attacks at the same time.
Yeah.
If you can
the
beat.
lowest is a 15.
Yep. Roll damage and then roll your other 3 attacks.
4, 2, 1. With my bonus, I'm gonna close my eyes and send a Thiel around to see if there's anything on these platforms.
Okay.
She's faster than I am. She has better dark vision.
Nothing here. Where are you sending her? What platforms?
The ones behind the statue.
Okay. These 2 right here. Yeah. Puck is here.
It got really quiet.
The bird flies around and Puck is just there, standing there, just kind of watching the scene unfold. Great. As she flies around the space.
Okay.
And he kind of looks up at her as she flies around the space and like eyes her a little bit as she flies around the space.
Guess who's here?
Can you be more specific?
Who?
No.
That's Enwin's turn. Nyx.
It's a curse. I'll let them know. And then I'll continue to use Sunbeam on that line.
Okay.
What?
Give me another. I'm gonna say there's no way.
I don't know if anybody else.
They make this
8,
save.
7, 6, 6, 4, and 1.
Yeah.
Do you want me to add that?
Nope. Another row of zombies. You are officially out of combat.
You're welcome.
Your bag's glowing. You should probably check that. Oh, sorry. Your bag's glowing. You should probably check that.
I'll take a look at my bag.
Yeah. The items that you took from all the different areas around are glowing of the same green fluorescent color.
Even the one that he cast Remove Curse on?
Even the one that he cast Remove Curse on.
Okay.
He did not cast it on the item. No, he cast it on the amulet.
I touched the item.
Amulet has removed, is no longer glowing.
Okay. I can't remove all of it at once. That won't work. I have to do each individual, right?
Okay.
I'm asking because I don't have that many.
Yes, you cannot do a massive remove all curses
Yeah,
indefinitely. Like
making sure.
Hey,
get
the platinum as well.
How far away is the other edge to where he would to like? How far is the jump? Because I jumped it in 30 with the transportation, right? Or the Misty Step.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
So I could Misty Step between the two, right?
Correct.
Come to the edge, and I'll fly to the other side.
Who, me?
Yes.
Don't I still have to fly?
Just
okay, I'll come to the edge.
Okay.
I'll come to the edge.
Benign transportation, so we swap.
You and Grim, or?
Give me a spell casting ability check.
Okay.
You are attempting to circumnavigate this curse with your own magic.
I am.
So this is going to either go well,
yes,
or bad.
All right.
Roll a d20 and add your spellcasting ability modifier to it. So you're int.
I'm gonna use my DM inspiration for this.
Okay.
It's still gonna go poorly, but
I would also like to use my DM inspiration.
Nope.
I tried. I want you to know that.
I got no warning.
So it's that plus int.
Yes.
So 17.
Okay. You switch places. I will say with a 17, you feel the curse take hold of you, and Mandrake is on the other side.
All right. Cool. I'm fine with that. I'll use remove curse on myself.
Great.
Oh, hello, Nick.
And I'll use remove curse on her.
Oh, you're a sweetie.
All right. All curses seem to have been removed from the people.
Anybody else need fly? Because I got one fly left.
We're still flying, right? Like,
You're still flying, yeah.
Cool.
Did
Let's get out of
did
here.
my
Let's
transportation
go
drop mine? I'm assuming. My fly.
Fly was not cast by you; it was cast by the pixies.
Oh, so even me teleporting still holds it.
Yep.
Cool. I'm good to go then.
Everybody who had fly on the, you all fly out of the space.
I wait for the pixies to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before I follow them.
Okay. Yeah, the pixies leave the space. You are all officially, totally, completely out of combat. You go up to the top area. As you do, there is a sack of gold waiting for you, tied to the door handle of the small hut that you were in, with a note that it simply says the word thanks. The gold is the agreed upon amount, and it's signed James. The James is in quotation marks.
I'm going to kill him.
Oh, we're all going
In his
to.
defense, we haven't done. He didn't do anything wrong.
He pissed me off.
Can we just go back now?
Then I'd be dead too.
You, where are you heading back to?
Well, the inn. Like, will the
Well-
paper take us back?
Well, we've got. No. We can just go back to the Cheshire Club.
Yeah.
We're done.
Okay, so how do you go back to the
Do we
Cheshire
have a
Club?
way to get Enwin there though? Because the cups work for us.
You were
She never
supposed
got
to get a cup
Paper.
on your way out last time. No one remembered to get one.
Okay.
Use the paper.
You use the paper. The paper transports you back to in front of the board. As it does, the paper dissipates in a flurry of tiny motes of magical energy. The contract being completed. You find yourselves back in the Cheshire Club. It is a raucous night. It is almost to the letter the same time of night in which you left. You are all exhausted. You have a bag of items at your disposal.
I really would have liked to grab some more things before you grabbed me and transported me back here.
All your things were
Yes.
cursed, and I got you out
Those
of there.
things were cursed. I could have grabbed other things that were not cursed.
Listen,
We don't
I'm
know
tired.
that.
I'm going to bed.
Are-
I go up to bed.
Are they still cursed?
I assume they are. I'm not planning on touching them.
Can I hold on to them until I can make sure they're not cursed? And then I'll give them back?
You'll really give them back?
Have I never not?
I've never given you things before and expected them back.
He's gonna give him back.
Though goes to bed. This conversation is happening. What is everybody else doing?
I would give him the items, and then I would go and knock on Thoe's door.
Thoe, are you already asleep?
As soon as I can be.
Thoe does not answer.
I will write a note.
As you go to write this note and you were standing outside the door, you hear voices from inside.
Okay.
It sounds as if Thoe is speaking to someone.
I'll put my ear against the door.
Yeah. It is loud enough that I'm not even going to make you roll for it. It is just Thoe going, what? Yes, of course. No, the blue. No. No. Not if it's a party. Because it doesn't bring out your eyes like the other one. The other one.
I'm gonna continue to write the note.
Okay.
And say, Zoe.
You hear a gasp from inside the room.
Okay. And then I'll write, you're not all here. You called me Manny again.
Okay.
Be honest. Signed, Mandrake.
Okay.
And I'll slide it under the door.
Okay. Note slid. Anybody else doing anything with their knife?
I'm looking at my sword just to see if I can get any like flesh or.
It is covered in viscera.
I want to take every little bit of it off I can and put it into like a something.
Sure.
And
Little container.
Yes.
Detect magic to see if. Does detect magic see if there's a curse or no?
I don't think so. I think detect curse.
Detect curse, but detect magic gives you. It will tell you if it's magical and what school of magic it is.
The only thing that's glowing magic right now is the amulet of transmutation.
Okay, so if there was a curse, would it give off any magic or no?
You don't know.
Don't know. Great. How many items are there altogether?
It's 2 books, 2 platinum bars, some small pouches, the amulet itself, and I think that's it.
Yeah, I had pouches. You didn't say how many.
3 small pouches about yay big, 2 yay big, 2 platinum bars, an amulet, and the 2 books that are covered in an odd looking leather.
I'd probably go to Bo then and ask him if he knows anyone that can check if these are cursed.
Not here. I mean, that's not really my thing. I mean, we don't have a bunch of.
I mean, do you know just anyone?
Yeah, I mean, I'll ask around the bar tonight if anybody says
Someone
yeah.
trustworthy?
Yeah, of course.
Hopefully.
Oh no, I know somebody actually. You want to put a call into her?
Sure.
She's really good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, just hang out here.
All right.
I'm gonna get a cup.
Okay. Yeah, you go up and grab one of the teacups, and after a little conversation with Bo, you were able to find another teacup that allows you transport to the Cheshire Club. Day, how do you spend your night?
She's honestly, she's probably just trying to chill and drink because she's gonna go to Grim, actually.
Okay. Grim is covered in viscera, laughing maniacally as he takes little bits of zombie flesh and blood and pours it into like an empty mason jar that he's taken off the bar.
Oh, that's rough.
I'd say it's not what it looks like, but it's exactly what it looks like.
How are you?
Considering I'm covered in zombie flesh, I'm fine.
Justice comes walking into the bar.
You don't
And that's my cue.
You're not going anywhere. You have to face her.
She walks past you, heads up to Bo, and goes, "Hi, what is it you need? You found some items?"
Am I
Yes.
there when she comes in?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
gonna
if you
keep
wouldn't
an eye on
mind
it.
helping me out with something.
Oh, yeah, sure. What are the items?
Just some things we found. Do you mind if we go somewhere a bit more private?
Sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well,
And she looks over at you and nods and looks over at Nyx and goes, let's go someplace private.
all right. And I'll head up to my room.
And I follow.
After I pushed the note under, I would have started to head back. Could I catch them on their way up?
I will say yes. Nyx, as you walk past the door, Enwin, as you walk past the door, both of you hear her speaking in her sleep. Speaking to someone in her room. As you guys switch places in the hallway.
We pass. Can I just ghostly gaze through the door again?
Thoe is floating 6 inches above the bed. She is not in a blanket. She has not changed into any sort of sleeping clothes. She's floating 6 inches above the bed. And there she is having an animated conversation. Both of her eyes are closed, and she's speaking. And she's gesticulating occasionally.
She doesn't look hurt or like panicked.
No, she definitely looks hurt. Her wounds are still there.
Well, I mean, not like more than normal. Like this isn't something that's hurting her actively.
You have no. You're able to look through the wall if you'd like to give me an investigation check or an insight check into her manner. As all of a sudden you guys watch as Enwin turns to look through her walls, his eyes go a ghostly color, and he just begins staring at the wall itself.
21.
Without getting closer to where she is, and in your sight, there's no way of you knowing. She doesn't appear to be in pain from where you're standing,
Okay.
but it would take closer inspection.
Okay. Not doing anything.
Great.
I'm just gonna keep walking with them.
Okay. Justice and Nyx, you lead Justice up to your room that you have set up.
Close the door behind me.
Justice walks into the space and turns back and sees the two of you heading up the hallway, and she nods her head and closes the door behind her and Nyx.
I flat out knock.
I would be standing at the door.
Yes.
You open the door to Enwin and Mandrake, both of them arms crossed, sort of looking ahead.
What?
Do you mind if we sit in?
Are my items out?
No.
No, they aren't invisible.
Nope, they're still in a bag.
I mean, I don't think I need a babysitter with checking items.
I don't think so, but I'm just curious.
I don't really see the need.
Understood. Anyone's gonna turn around and walk away.
I just thought you were checking the items for me, so me being present wouldn't be an issue, especially as I've had at least one decent conversation with Justice.
I don't see why you guys are being so picky about this. She's just gonna check the items for us, and then we'll be good.
As you walk away in a huff, the voice has changed to crying.
Fine, I suppose. I'm just trying to help.
Insight?
Um, 18.
You're not sure. You think that maybe Justice is smiling.
I'm not saying you can't handle this, but if you need help, please call.
Yeah, sure.
And then I will walk after Enwin.
As Mandrake and Enwin walk down the hallway, and Day is like, well, F this girl. I want nothing to do with anything about this. And you're sitting next to Grim, covered in viscera. We will end the episode with everyone leaving the room except for Thoe, please. How many hit points are you down?
24.
Welcome to your engagement party. You knew it was coming. Aaron has not been hiding it. He masquerades as if it's a birthday party, but he's nervous. And he sweats through his shirt. And it makes you laugh because you know it's coming. And everybody keeps giving you side glances. And he's the worst at keeping secrets from you. He always has been. You've always been able to stare to the core of him. It's this party with just general, like, regular decorations. And it's so corny and so, like, tropey, but it's so Aaron.
Do I know how much time has passed since the last one? Since when we woke up?
Yeah, you realize it's been a few weeks. And you get this faint memory in the back of your head of this time that you spent during this time, and when at one point Aaron invites everybody to come into the room, and he kneels, and as he kneels, you kneel with him, and before he's able to say anything, you look at him and say, I love you. And Aaron just starts crying. And he holds your hands close to his and kisses them. And you've got tears in your eyes, and everything takes on this glimmer, this glamour as you look through your eyes at this kaleidoscope of happy faces and congratulating you as Aaron turns to you and grabs your hands and says, I want nothing more in this world than to give you my name. Will you take it? It's yours. It's always been yours.
And she nods.
As you nod, a small gray cat will come over and intertwine among your legs. It's who you would want to be here. Everyone else is icing, but as long as it's Aaron and Thistle. And it's a really sincere, quiet moment. And then it's ripped away. There's not a slow sliding out of it as before. It's yanked hard. And you grasp onto it, kicking and screaming, to hold onto it for just a brief second more, as Puck joins you in the space.
What are you doing here?
I'm here to make you the deal of a lifetime. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
Crap! Okay.
Thank you all so much for tuning in and joining us on this epic battle as they completed the quest and went through it. We love you guys. Indigo Connect. We will see you all soon. And hey, do you wonder if you would like...
Join us for a raid over on Nerd League Gaming.
Join us for a raid. Get those points. Get those stream points. It'll be great. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Bye. Go support other streams. T. Graves, we love you. And thank you for all the new followers. Alawan Kate. Oh, that's an amazing name. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.